Hey there everybody, how you all doing today? Welcome back, and we're on PV County today for something a bit different. So let's jump into there straight away. Da, 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 da. Yeah, PV County. Come on, oh there we go, so that's that. Um, and this is Discord running, hopefully. Got some game sounds. Just got to make sure that everything's working. Yep, that's fine, that's fine. Just need Mr. Dave to chat with us now. Check that out.
I'm kind of here.
You're kind of here? Okay. It's definitely shown on there. Yep, it's come through. Cool, everything's been working. Yay! Woohoo! Makes a change. So, yep, as you can see, we are on PV County today on FS19. Obviously, this is one of Dave's best maps, I think. Hey, T Miller, how you doing, bud? Right. Kind of trying to figure out everything I need to do today. I haven't got a clue because it's been such a while since last streaming on this one. This is actually the save game that I had before FS22 came out. It looks like I've been doing a contract or two, so. But if you don't follow Mr. T Miller, make sure you click on the link, give him a follow. And yep, okay, my mouse is having a funny 5 minutes, so I may have to restart in a sec. It's currently all the way on my third monitor, which is really strange. Sec, let me see something a sec. Click on there. Yeah, it's gone out of the screen for some reason. This can be fun. So yeah, how is everyone doing? Obviously, for any of you guys on 22, patch 1.8.1 has now been released. Obviously, the patch notes are up on the Giants website at the minute. Just a couple of things to cover on that. There is a few issues that's cropped up. First one being pumps and hoses and the production revamp mod are no longer working nicely together. I know Mr. Braven has already commented on his Discord to say that he'll have a look at it this evening, so hopefully there'll be an update coming for that. In addition to that, I currently know of 3 mods that have had issues, or have issues, should say. The first one's actually now been fixed, and that's the enhanced fill type category mod by Wopster. Some people were saying that it was causing the game not to load. It was literally getting to about 50% and then stopping. Obviously, that's now been updated by Wopster this afternoon or today. So make sure to get that updated if you have that mod. The other 2 that I know of is the Lumberjack mod and the Dynamic Field Pricing mod. There's possibly other ones as well, so if you do have the issue, what I'd recommend, it seems to be script mods causing the issue, is to basically go through your script mods, or your additional one should say, and remove them, add them in one at a time till you find the ones that's not loading the game up at your save game again. That's probably the quickest and easiest way for the minute, until obviously everything is worked out by the modders and that. For today at least, I'm going to be on here, so I've got no problems, hopefully, apart from my mouse going out of the screen. Oh, dang it. And I cannot drive at all with a wheel on here. There we go. There we are. So I'm just finishing up a little contract at the minute, so that's you finished, so time to take a nice little drive around PV County. There we are. Obviously, if any of you guys do know of any additional mods, please let us know so we can make a little list of problematic mods. There we go. Yeah, this is really weird being on PB County again and using the steering wheel. It's very light compared to 22. There we go. Let's jump in a cab. Wow, it's dark. But yeah, As you heard, Mr. Dajna is in chat with us as well. Kind of.
Yes, he is.
Which I do need to get with him at some point to set up. Oh, what you call it? Touch portal, whatever it is.
Touch Portal I don't use
Is
that
it that
much.
one?
I would not, but
Okay.
I have on a yeah.
For
You
doing
know who's
shout
Touch
outs and stuff.
Portal? Boom and NBC use
Is
that
it NBC
mainly.
who uses that one? Is it? Okay. To be honest, according to the patch notes, this is meant to set up FS22 for the expansion to come out. So I wouldn't have thought there'd be another update yet, or before it comes. Obviously, it is only like what 2 weeks away, and I really need to reset my steering wheel. I might have to just do a quick restart once I get this done out of the way. You could also go to keyboard and mouse, so that'll help. For the moment. There we go. Let's come out here, be easier. Yeah, so a lot of it has been little fixes to the actual current game. They have added in, oh heck, what was it? Holm, I think it's called or pronounced. And yeah, the production. Yeah, I've just noticed that a little while ago. Metalhead as well. I haven't obviously seen anything regarding it being sorted out on their Discord, so that's news to me. But yeah, I've seen it as well. But yeah, going back to obviously the update for 22, they've added some new features to tree harvesters. One in particular is obviously where they can actually tilt the cutter, the header cutter thing, so it can actually pick up off the ground, which is kind of nice feature. I know some mods have that already, and obviously from looking at the videos and such, it's going to be a big thing in the new update expansion. Obviously, you've got this Holm company, which is a fertilizer company, I believe, in Europe that they've added. But yeah, regarding obviously the production revamp in Maze Plus, as far as I was aware, up until obviously about half an hour ago, um, yeah, they were conflicting. I haven't seen any updates for that at all. There's nothing in their patch notes to say it's been corrected as well, so very strange. Alright, so actually while I've done that, let me just finish this contract because it's now complete. Collect you, and what I'm just going to do quickly is save and do a quick reload. I need to set up my wheel properly. It's like having to turn it 90 degrees before it even kicks in. It's kind of not very easy. So let's excuse me. And while I'm there, let me see this. FS19 should be set as default. Let's try that for a minute. But yeah, how are you doing, Metalhead, anyway, and T Miller? Let me just check something quickly while I'm here. Pretty sure I centered it. Nope. Oh, so that was one issue. Oh, so I did a little update to my Windows earlier, and it seems to have reset this again, which is kind of annoying. Good enough. Now there was a question. It wasn't really a question, but it was something somebody mentioned earlier on Facebook. I'm not sure if they have a single monitor or multiple ones, but if you want to run the game and different things on different monitors, what I'd recommend if you can is to set this to window mode on. That allows you to actually click out of the screen without the game minimizing. It's kind of cool actually. Obviously if you've got one monitor, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Especially if you want, like say for instance Discord or something on one. So obviously have a little play around, but window mode is usually the best option. I know one thing they were trying to do is using, I think it was Shift Alt out of the game, which is probably causing it to minimize. Um, you were just in their Discord, and Braven said they are compatible. The problem is now with pumps and hoses again, and they're working on the fix. Yeah, that's what I read as well. So, yep, that's kind of cool. Yeah, the guys Braven and Achi Mobile are definitely on it. That's for sure. Um, so who knows? There might be an update coming later. Actually, my phone is just buffering like a pansy at the minute, so I'm just gonna get rid of that for the minute. So, doing good. Doing a couple of Halloween trips in ATS. All right, cool. Yeah. Oh, that's a point. I wonder. As we're on 19, I wonder if the zombies and stuff are out yet. But yeah, doing pretty good. We've actually got workers in our flat um doing some work, um updating the bathroom and doing some bits and pieces around to sort of fireproof the whole building. Obviously, it affects each flat as well, unfortunately. At the minute. So, yeah, at the minute our bathroom is a bit of a mess. They were in from about 8:30 the UK time till around about just over an hour ago. So that was fun. Okay, now let's see if this is actually working now. So let's jump back. Right, you're fine, you're fine. I need to find my tractor again. Actually, I do need to get these guys up and running at some point. One nice thing, obviously, with being on this particular map is the amount of mining material you can actually sell um, without affecting too much of anything else. Hey, Bad Farmer, how you doing? Actually, what I could do is get a couple of contracts on the go. Obviously, I'm trying to keep it within this area here, so let's see what's ready. But obviously, if any of you guys aren't used to this map and you've got any questions, please ask them, okay? Because while I'm on here, I can get them answered pretty easily. Obviously, this is my second save game. I've actually pretty much I've got everything practically done. I've got a couple maybe tunnel walls to clear, and that's about it on the map. I've got all the factories built. This is obviously on another save. This is a fresh start, fresh-ish start. Good. And hey chat. Okay, yeah, cool. Glad to hear. But yeah, if any guys have got any questions about the entire map itself, just need to ask. You've already got it, Bad Farmer. But yeah, if you guys actually, I might as well answer it anyway. So obviously, PV Wolf, I want to say Wolf Creek, PV County is obviously FS19 map. You can currently get it only on the Sim Game Alliance website, and it's under the FS19 mods tab. I might as well show you actually because it's nice and easy. So let me jump over to desktop a sec and bring up. Oh heck, this. Hopefully there's nothing to show. Oh, okay, I'll sort that out later. So obviously one thing you're going to need to do, guys, if you haven't already, you're going to need to create an account on this website. Is to basically stop bad bots getting onto the website and messing with all you guys and us. Once you've got the email coming through that's sent to you when you sign up, it may go to your spam folder. Just check in there if it doesn't go straight into your inbox. But once you've done that, you'll be able to access the entire, well, almost the entire thing. There's a few hidden things from you guys. Um, but once you're there, you go to mods tab up the top here. Go to the FS19 mods. Could scroll down as well. Then down to the bottom, you'll see PV County Final version 1.5.38.0. Wow. Just click on to the obviously the PV County, and then what you'll need to do is go to the download button, and you'll get three different things to download. There's going to be the map, the assets needed for the map, as well as the mod pack. So obviously you just need to download them with the mod pack. Obviously, as you can see, it does say unzip me. So once you've downloaded it, you'll need to unzip it and move all the mods that's inside it into your mod folder along with the map, your assets, and any other mods that you want to run on the map. In addition, actually, this is something that I've just added the other day, is obviously PV County also has auto drive routes set up for it. And it was actually done by X-Man. Obviously, originally it was posted onto the PV Mods website. That's now no longer up and running. So I've actually added it in here, and obviously I've got it on my Google Drive at the minute. So all you just have to do is click on that, and then just click on download. Obviously, once you've got it downloaded, let me just minimize that a sec and bring up my folders. Obviously, the first thing you're going to need to do is have auto drive active on your save game. So you go in with the auto drive save, come back out, then you go to your documents. Let me upscale this bit so I can actually show you guys. Go to my games, Farming Sim 19, then find whatever save game you're running. Obviously, I'm in number 3 at the minute. And what you want to do is replace this document here. It says auto drive config. And what that's going to basically do is replace what's basically non-existent on yours currently with all of the routes set up. One thing to note, wherever there's bridges that need to be built, that's one of the features in the map. It's kind of cool, which we'll cover in a bit. You will need to reconnect them, and I can actually show you probably in a minute. I've got a couple of bridges built, but I don't think they've been connected up yet. Obviously, once you've done that, just load up your save game and you'll be fine as normal. Obviously, it is a 16x map, monthly fruit. Obviously, you've got mining, loads of factories to build, you name it, bridges to build. You can do fishing, you can do um, oil hunting, I suppose is the best way to put it, in the desert down the bottom here. But yeah, there's loads to get you going. I think I've got about 800, 900 plus hours on this map, if not more. Ba -ba -ba -bam. So yeah, see, like I mentioned, there is additional crops, and they will be sorghum, millet, rice, hemp, coffee, cranberries, hops, lavender, carrot, onion, poppies, mustard, peanuts, tobacco, rye, and clover. Obviously, clover works the same kind of way as grass does, where you just cut it. Obviously, you do get clover as a harvestable crop. That's one I was just doing a little while ago on the contract there. But when you're using your combine, what you can actually do is do a swath drop on it, and you'll get grass swath from it. So you can actually get a double hit out of that one. So it's kind of a nice little addition as well. Actually, one thing I was going to look at is the contracts. What was I going to do, if anything? Trying to look like the inner map ones. 59 sorghum. 59 is all the way over there. I could do that one. That's quite a nice one. So let's accept that one. And right, so I do have auto drive in here. So let me spin this guy around, and I can set that up to go to field 59. So Alt 0 to bring up the menu. Come to here. It's been a while since I've used this, so you have to bear with me. So fields, scroll down through to field 59 and hit go. While he's doing that, or she, or they, whoever they are, I'm going to go grab my combine and meet it there. There we go. You're playing on it already with Reed. Yeah, exactly, Bad Farmer. It's PV County. I think he knows anyway, he's just messing. But yeah, for anybody who wants it, obviously go over to the SGA website, sign up, download it. It's an amazing map for 19. Obviously, one thing you may want to do is get some slightly higher capacity stuff, because especially with, for example, the biggest field on here is 64. You'll be a long time with the in-game harvesters, that's for sure. And you'd be stopping every 2 minutes just to unload. Obviously, course play, you could use that if you wanted to as well on here. Obviously, you've got auto drive there, as you've seen. So yeah. Yeah. Also, Mr. Bad Farmer there has been asking me a lot of questions recently as well. Right, come on you. Reconnect. Reconnect. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is playing up. That's what it is. Hopefully my internet doesn't. Because that would be a stinker. Oh, behave. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to change the screens in a sec. Hopefully that's better now. Yeah, for some weird reason my Wi-Fi in the bedroom today has been right buggy.
Hmm.
Not sure why. See, I'd expect it if it was the actual internet connection itself, because obviously I had to unplug it earlier for the guys doing the work. But I don't know. Unless they've messed around with one of the connections, I don't know. Cables coming in the door. Let me try and reload that. Close. Actually, what I can do is put this on auto drive as well and just show you the bridges as well. Oops, keep forgetting. It's been a while since I've used auto drive, so bear with me, guys. Oh, I had something to eat a little while ago as well, so I'm getting burps now. So, yeah, no, it's terrible. So, one thing to make a note of on this map, obviously, there is buildable bridges, like I mentioned a little while ago, and obviously, this is one of them right here. I do currently have 3 already built on the map. There's one over here that I've got built already. The one up the top, where is it? I think it's around about here. This one here, I should say. And obviously the one by 91. They're the only 3 that I've currently got built. So I've got a lot more to do. I've got one down here, one down here. Yeah, all over the places. About 18 in total. Me and Reed have been having a ball on the map. Guys, it was the best. It was the best, that is for sure. So one thing you're going to need to do to be able to build these bridges is on the government building. And obviously the government building isn't too far from where I am right now. So obviously your vehicle store is going to be right here. The government building is this one right next door to it, to the right there. Let me bounce over there. And there it is. Obviously one thing you're going to need to do is own the land that it's on. And it's actually quite cheap, to be honest. When you start out a new farmer, because this has, I think it's about 12 different startups. I'd recommend the Johnson's Farm one because you get a good start off with that. Personally, that's the one I always go for personally. But obviously, if you want to go make it a bit tougher, you can maybe choose one of the other ones and start at the top of the map, for example, where you have to use a barge to get everywhere. So yeah, like I said, you do need to own this plot of land that the government building's on. It's 205,000, almost 206 to be honest. Once you've owned that, obviously I've already got it, you can actually then start building the bridges. And as long as you own the government building, you'll be able to use those bridges. One thing to say is do not sell the land because you'll lose the ability to use the bridges. I've tried that out myself. If you want to keep an eye on what bridges are built and what aren't, if you walk inside, there is an entire map of the map. All these little red and green dots are the bridges. The red ones are the unbuilt ones, the green ones are the built. And as you can see, I've got 3. Very, very true, Mr. Reaper. The PV Wolf Creek government guys are very, very shady, that is for sure. Um, with this building as well, there is a couple of additions added to it. So while I'm in here now, oh, drivers reach field 59, I'll get to that in a minute. So obviously if you're running seasons, during autumn and winter, there is different things you can do. So obviously in autumn, you can do a coffin hunt. In winter, you can do a present hunt, which is kind of cool. And obviously what you'll have to do is come over to the booth, hit the old R key, and you can actually spawn out presents. Obviously I haven't got seasons at the minute, so it's going to show up anyway. It's a weird thing, I'm not sure why. Obviously all you have to do is select it, do maximum, and then spawn up to 10 pallets at a time. And what will happen is they'll be spread throughout the map, and you'll have to find them. And yeah, they make some quite good money that way. Same with the coffins as well. As you're progressing through the map and you're building more and more factories that are built into the map, what's also going to happen is around this wall here and along the back wall is you're actually going to get little signs to say that those factories are actually now complete and done. It's kind of nice. So you can actually keep track of what buildings or factories you've got built, what haven't been. And obviously if you've got a gap, there's probably one you haven't got there yet. So you need to go find which one that is, and yeah, go find out, do it. So the only other thing really with the government building, there is an Easter egg in there. I know T Miller has mentioned that he's going to do a stream at some point to cover the 3 different Easter eggs on this map. So I'd definitely recommend going over and checking T Miller out. Let me give you another shout out quickly, actually. T Miller 63. And while you're at it as well, and he's in chat, we'll give Mr. MP7 Reaper, the mod doctor, a shout out as well. He has been taking some time off due to illness, and hopefully he's feeling a lot better. There we go. I know his last stream was actually on this map as well, to be honest. And while I'm out of game, do one for Mr. Dashnet, the map creator. Obviously, he will be streaming a little bit later. Maybe doing a bit of map making on the new 16 for X map for 22. And my mouse is messing up again. Why does it keep friggin' well doing that? It's annoying. So the last thing to mention about the government building area is this little sign right here. And obviously, as you can see, cutting this sign with a chainsaw will permanently remove several stop signs from the map. And that's pretty straightforward. Just cut it and you'll get rid of certain signs around the main farm area. Let me jump over here. There we go. Now see if I can find. So, say for instance, this sign right here is in your way. If you go over to that sign at the government building, that would be taken away. In addition, there's obviously the ones along the road and several others around the main farm area that will be removed. So, obviously this is the Johnson's farm start. Like I said, I might as well just show you around. Obviously this particular farm is named after Mr. Dashnet himself. It's his family name. Obviously you do start off with quite a bit of equipment. Obviously I've got rid of some and got others, but you basically get a house, the silo, and all these farm sheds that you can see around here. One thing to note as well, there is a vehicle repair building on here as well. One thing you will need to do is sell the building and replace it. For some reason the trigger doesn't work when you load in for repairing your vehicles. This one right here. I don't know if I've repaired mine. Oh, okay, that's fine. So I have replaced this one already, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, there is so much to do on this map. You will definitely not be bored, that is for sure. Just a quick one. Obviously, I did mention about it the other week. I did a quick run through the actual map itself. when you get onto the map, one thing you are going to need to do is start getting factories down pretty quickly. So if you do want to explore the rest of the map and build those bridges, obviously you're going to need to start off with like these. So your sawmill also, as you can see here, you do have numbers on different things. They're actually the order you need to be placing them down. So for instance, the sawmill needs to go down first. Obviously you can get coal from the mines to power it, as well as your logs from the trees wherever on the map. Obviously you will need to own the land for that. Output wise, you will get boards and boards, wood chips, and resin from these guys. I should look right there. It would have told me otherwise. So let me actually jump over to my sawmill just to show you. I've already got mine down and up and running. So there you go. So that's going to be the difference. Obviously, you get 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 or 5 different types of sawmill. The higher the sawmill number, the more trigger outputs you're going to be getting. So, for instance, the sawmill 1. If I pan that around, I can't remember how to pan around with this blinking thing. So I'm going to have to remember all these things. Obviously, that is only going to have one output trigger on it, and that's just the one on the left hand side just there. If you go up to 2x, obviously you're going to have an additional 2 triggers, so you can actually overlap the triggers, which we'll get into in a minute, which is kind of cool. So that'll technically that's got 3 triggers in that one. If you go up to the 4x one, unfortunately I haven't got enough, but you'll have 4 additional triggers, so I mean 5 triggers in total. And then obviously the 6x sawmill will have 6 additional triggers, so 7 triggers in total, if that makes sense, hopefully. One thing I did mention, obviously, you can overlap the triggers, and this is kind of nice little addition that Dave added. So as you can see, this is actually this little black and yellow border there is the output trigger for obviously my sawmill. And what you can actually do is place the input trigger for one of the additional factories that's in the forestry category there. You can actually overlap it with the output one, so you can actually come to the little player trigger here and actually spawn out direct into it, so you don't have to worry about any auto trailers to start off with. If you don't want to, you can literally just do it that way. It's a really nice addition. See, that's a nice big pallet of boards. It'd be nice to have them back. Obviously there is a paper factory as well as a chipboard chipboard factory. You put my teeth back in. On here, one thing you are going to need is wood chip for them. Obviously, you can get it from obviously trees from chipping them down. But what DashNet's also done is added a board chipper that you can actually place in between the sawmill and obviously the paper factory or the chipboard factory. So all you literally just spawn them out again, and what they'll do is they'll go into the triggers. As you can see, the counters going up. Obviously, they're going to chop them all down into a chip pallets and spawn on this side. So
Yes, indeed.
It's really cool.
Oh. I missed so many things about that. You know,
it is great. I almost feel like staying
yeah.
19, but yeah, there is so much. So like,
Well,
go for it.
That's my big thing after this map. I might do another 19 map because I could make one so much better than even county, but it has to be done on 19.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that is the big problem currently with 22. There's so much from 19 that we'd love to have back, but with what's currently out, we cannot do it. Obviously, some things are slowly coming out, but there's a lot missing, and that's what kind of puts a downer on a lot of the maps at the minute. But yeah, as you can see, each one is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. So obviously you're going to be placing them down in that order. Obviously, once you've done that, obviously you go through the different places here as well. You've got different things you can place down. One thing to note, you probably going to need to get the shell fuel placed down pretty quickly, because obviously there's no fuel at all to buy on this map. you have to make it. Also, you're going to need silage, corn, sugarcane, and oh, can I remember what that one is? Hang on, sorghum, wasn't it? Yeah. You put them crops in, and you'll get your thanks, got it there. And then you'll get your fuel afterwards, which is kind of cool. In addition, obviously you've got different factories that you can place down. They're kind of cool. If anyone's playing the 22 ones at the minute and never seen these factories before, you'll probably be seeing a few that you recognise, because obviously a lot of these have been converted over. Obviously you've got different animals as well on here. Just to go through a few, obviously you've got your goats, ducks, there's fish on here, donkeys, dogs as well, if you want to keep dogs. Obviously you've got your fresh fish and your ocean fish on here as well, and you can make your own feed if you want to. Obviously there is a big factory on here called Cargill, and that will make most of your animal feeds. Obviously with the fish itself, you will need to place one of these mixers down, or makers. Oh crap, didn't mean to do that. I'll get that in a minute. Garage. See, this is the only thing I don't like about it, is having to go through and try and find everything. I didn't mean to do that. Sell that one. Yes. And I'll have that money back, thank you very much. So, yep, loads of different animals. Obviously, you got your beverages there. One thing to note, obviously, for your bridges, you are going to need products from a steel factory and a concrete factory, and they'll be in the constructions tab. And as you can see, these have numbers as well. So you got like 3, 4, 5. So obviously, glue factory, drywall, concrete. Obviously, there is the steel factory as well, which is number 6. Stone crusher is something you're going to need to get down pretty quickly. To get your stones, you have to find a tunnel on the map. There's quite a lot, to be honest. Obviously, you're going to have to own the land that is on first of all, and you're also going to need explosives, and you can get them from the explosive shack. Obviously, you're going to need to make them by adding fuel and fertilizer, and that's going to give you your explosives to be able to do it. I've actually got one just up here. Normally the first one most people go for. The tunnel and wall end. I don't know if I can find it. Somewhere over here. There we go. So what you're going to be looking out for is something that looks a little bit like that, with a load of rocks in the front, and there will be a little box on the ground that says explosives. Actually, let me make this go a little bit faster. Walk. So obviously this is the first one on this save game tunnel that I've started clearing. But obviously this is what you're going to be looking for, is something like that. And obviously you're going to have your little trigger. You put your explosives in there, which actually I can do to show this off. Let's turn that off because it's gone a little bit fast. Let me get rid of the straps. Obviously, look, good old TLX. Yes, I do have them on here. So obviously, you take one of these. Obviously, one thing I would recommend, if you can, is to stay a little bit far away and then throw it into the trigger. Because what it can actually do is you'd lose the ability of using your hand. Now, it takes roughly an in-game minute for it to explode. So let me just up that a little bit. There we go. And obviously, the wall gets removed, and you get these rocks, or the stone should say, that can be auto-loaded with a certain trailer. So for instance, that one can do it. I believe there's got the cargo bull. There's also the auto-load wheel loader buckets you can use. So obviously in addition you do get a nice little pile of gravel there, and then you can carry on. I haven't got a clue how many more I've got here, but probably quite a few to clear. And that'll take me into the mine itself, which is going to be an ore mine. Then you have several going off in different directions, and it's all interlinked. So it's kind of like a big wormery. Mr. Cope, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, that's just a little feature that's on this map. It's kind of cool. But yeah, obviously, like I said, there is multiple mines on here. You got salt, you got ore, you got gravel, you got coal, you got bauxite, you got copper. Um, you got lime. You name it, it's pretty much on here. In addition, one thing I did mention as well is obviously with the desert, you will need to. This is going to be for more later on. It's you get drills, oil drills, that you have to place down in here from Black Diamond. Obviously, you are going to need to clear the desert first to be able to find them. Obviously, I haven't really made a start on the desert yet because I don't even own it on here. But there's, I think it was at 40 different oil spots that you've got to find. Um, so that's that. Galena, that's one question I get a lot of. So in the steel factory, if I just jump over there quickly, this is going to be another late game or later game item that you're going to need to add in. So if you scroll down here, also we've got plate. Is it plate? Da, 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 da. Where are you? Where are you? I don't think I've got them unlocked at the minute. But obviously at some point you are going to be asked for a Galena. To drop the Galena off, it'll be in this back trigger here to start off with, okay guys? But to find the Galena itself, there's going to be two spots on the map. Obviously the first one is going to be at the top just here along this ridge above the swamp. The second and probably the most easiest and commonest one to go for is right in this area next to the Heinz factory. And what you're going to obviously need to do is own the land first of all, have some explosives ready as well. And you come over to this land and you want to look for these big black rocks. Obviously that one there is actually clipping through a tree, so it's kind of nice. Very realistic. Obviously if you walk around it, you're going to need to find obviously this little, the explosive trigger. Put your explosives in there, give it a minute, and then you'll get a big pile of rubble plus some galena and maybe some stone, other stones mixed in as well. So that is kind of nice, but obviously I am currently nowhere near that on here. Obviously I am doing a contract, so I need to get on and do that. Let's see if I can zoom in enough. But as always, if any of you guys got any questions, you're more than welcome to drop them in chat. But yeah, it would be nice to have a few of these additional features back. But let's turn you off. Oh, I've got to remember how to do it. Turn that one off. Get rid of you. Right. And obviously, as you can see, these are actually some of the smaller fields around where I am at the minute. And they are quite big for sure. So it just gives you an idea of some of those bigger fields that's out there. Right, so I need to unattach you. And we're doing field 59, wasn't it? I said. Just double check that. Field 59. Some sorghum, yep. Obviously, this is just an in-game class Lexion that I'm using currently. So I didn't want anything oversized. Sort of somewhat realistic. Obviously, some of these additional crops will give you straw as well off them. So just bear that in mind as well. Let's get that lined up, VB, and go for it, dude. There you go. While he's doing that. Cool. Hey, Mr. Michael, how are you doing, buddy? Obviously, one thing I did do is turn off the ads, so thankfully you don't need to worry about that. Obviously, this map is seasons ready. There is its own geo in the mod pack for the map. Obviously, try not, or should say don't use any other geo on the map because they're not set up to be able to use the additional crops and the animals and stuff like that. Actually, one thing I did want to look at is obviously as it's sort of almost Halloween, we should have some zombies out here as well. Actually, while I'm here, the these Shell stations, obviously, you can store fuel in them and refill, but obviously you're going to need to own them first and then add the fuel into them. Obviously you unload in here and you can load up any vehicles in this area. Obviously there is a little sign there that shows how much capacity is in there, but obviously I don't own it, so yep. But there's about, I think there's 4 or 5 of those fuel stations around the map. Hello mate, you're fine. No zombies yet. Dang it. Oh well. I want to see if there was any zombies on the map as it's like nearly Halloween sort of time. Right, so currently the areas that I actually own are all that. I'm not sure why I own that bit there, to be honest. I don't know, I'll keep it for the minute. Obviously I've got this area is where I'm currently working on that tunnel. Obviously it's then going to lead into the ore mine. I've got a few other mines here that I'm kind of selling some of it to make a little bit of money, which is a nice thing on here. But yeah, this is my forest area that I'm currently clearing out from this side outwards. Kind of thinking I might put my if and when I get to them, is the fish hatcheries down this side here. Be quite kind of nice again. Obviously I own that, which is the BGA area. Plus obviously I've got my PEVs concrete factory down there. Down here I do have my orchards and stuff already placed in greenhouses. Got a steel factory over there, and then a few bits and pieces just dotted around here. No, I don't want to sell that. Let me jump back here. So obviously, yeah. So there's my sawmill and everything there. Obviously, you do have storage for everything in there, which is the Cogent storage. So you can store your wood chips, your pallets, your I don't know what paper, everything in there. Barrels later on. Also got Stone Crusher, obviously exactly the same as the one that's in 19. Obviously you do have the option to spawn the rocks out if you wanted to. Obviously you will need to add diesel to be able to do that. And obviously you've got your belt there where you can load into if you wanted to, or take it inside the building. Obviously you still have that trigger there. Obviously the only addition is, obviously one thing is, obviously you've got the sign there, the display showing the different capacities. I'm not going to because it's quite noisy in there. Obviously this version, obviously you need diesel to run it. Obviously the 22 version you need like electric and stuff. Obviously they've got the good old Cargo Bull trailer. That's an autoload version for picking up your stones. Yeah, a bit of a throwback. Definitely. Do my thanks. Thanks for killing the ad. Yeah, and I want to see what they were like, at least for a few weeks up to a month, to see if it was worthwhile keeping it. Personally, if I'm only going to get like 9 quid out of it, it's not really worth running it. So is it true when Dave is done with 22, the 16x map, he's going to make a new 16x map for 19? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. We will see. It's an idea, he's bouncing around. So yeah, back to this. So obviously got the explosive shack. So you can walk inside this one, which is kind of nice. I haven't quite figured out the door on that, the 22 one on that yet. Obviously
we have to see where 22 goes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, obviously this is something I'm planning on updating at some point. So you do get the palette visuals showing and obviously that door working again. Not sure why it wouldn't work. Also got the Shell factory there producing some diesel and the good old PV liquid tanker that Mr. Cope and myself converted over to 22 for you guys who are on there. This is the original, the one and only. Yeah, okay. Obviously I've got there is a lot of different storages on this map, mod wise, for mining products and stuff like that. Obviously I've got this little small one here for a little bit of mining products to go into. like I said, all these buildings do need to be built, or most of these need to be built. So obviously the 3M factory is going to need stuff from obviously the sawmill there, and the um, stone crushers added to it to build it. That's one feature. We're hoping to try and maybe get into some of the factories in the new map. Obviously we'll have to wait and see really what Giants come out with. Same again, we've got the National Gypsum. This is something I would love to add back in, this little pusher. This is so cool. Obviously in the Uncharted version and the one in 22, this was actually removed. And I really like it. So obviously you have to stand back here to open and close the door. On the opposite side you can actually activate these pushers. So if I just walk back, there you go, so you can actually unload your pallets into here and it'll push it in. That's really, really cool. Obviously, oh, a bit too loud in there. Obviously, these Cogent boxes, that's the paper pallets that are on here, which is kind of nice. Might be a nice salute to get them back at some point, I don't know. But yeah, very, very nice. One thing I do want to check actually in here. How you doing, Mr. Jaren? Okay, so that's them there. Actually, while I'm here, actually, a lot of people over months and or the last year and a half, or whatever, since the map came out, is how do you sell some of these factories? So what you will want to look for is a little manhole cover like this at the front of them, and that is what you want to click on to sell. So if I come into here a sec, usually it's when you've got multiples. I can't really do it actually at the minute because I've only got one of each down. But if you've got multiples, say for instance you want to put one further up the map and sell this one, obviously place down the other one first, and what you want to do is get this, click on this when you go into the menu, and that will allow you to sell. And that's on most of these factories. As you can see, there's one just right there as well. And obviously what that is where, actually let me find a non-built factory to show what I'm on about. There we go. So on these, there it is. This is what they're going to basically look like. It's going to be a big fenced off area, and this is what basically the Dell factory I'm walking in at the minute. Pre-built this one is, or not built yet, I should say. Obviously, on most of the buildings, you're going to have this little box, and that gets then replaced by that manhole cover, which is really kind of cool. Obviously, I don't own it, so I can't actually see what it needs. So obviously, just keep that in mind, guys. Is if you do want to sell a building, is to go for that little notch at the front there. The steel factories. Oh yeah, and obviously in the steel factory, yeah, it's the parking lines on this side. I'll jump over there in just a minute. I always forget that one. Actually, I can jump over there now. So, like Mr. T Miller stated there, obviously you got Crystal Steel Factory, and what you want to be doing is somewhere in amongst these parking lines is going to be the sell trigger for it. I wonder if I can bring that up. Nope, it doesn't actually show. Okay, cool. Not to worry. So that's pretty much it for the minute. I do need to get on do some bridges at some point. Kind of trying to make some money really to start off with. Only got a couple of hundred at the moment. Hence why I'm doing some contracts. Oops. Engine. But yeah, I'd recommend if you do want to check the map out a little bit more, is to go onto my YouTube channel. I did a kind of a showing off of the map a couple of weeks ago, maybe last week, something like that. So it shows a lot more of the map when it's actually all the factories are built, as well as just starting out and getting going. Talk about getting going. I need to get where he is. Some of these guys set up. Also, like I said, you can do auto drive on here, so You can actually set up some of these trucks to go back and forth to the sell points and sell some products. So I'm going to sell some sand, and I think some gravel is the next one along for me. If you're really good, you could actually set up a little silo for it to load in from, or have a belt system coming out. It's kind of nice actually, and it'll load up and then just drive off and keep doing that. There we go. Just check. Let's see if I all-time favorite map. Yep, this is an amazing map. I miss it. Let's get this guy up and running first now. So obviously with auto drive, it's exactly the same as 22 from what I understand. Obviously, you want your destination first of, or your original location in the first menu, the location where it's going to, and then what the product is. I'm just going to leave it on that because it's probably the best. That'll then just drive off and do its dues. Actually, while I'm there, so right across the way there is Fort Knox, which is a gold deposit storage type place. Hopefully we'll be able to get that into 22. I've already pulled it out of the map, and from what I understand it's error free in the Giants editor. There's a spare, there's my gravel one, that's the one I want, yep. There we go. Let's get that filled up. But yeah, the Volvo here itself, the bucket, even that trailer is in the pack. So they have been edited to be used on this map, which is kind of nice. Actually, I do miss that bucket, to be honest. I do like the look of it. Let's leave that there for a minute. Come back a little bit later and fill that up again. Gravel, go Fitzgerald, yep. Oh, keep doing that. Go. Right, so that's going to make me some money. I'll come back to the tunnels. That one I do need to sort out because that's the auto load one by mistake. With the ponds as well, you can actually get silt out of them. What you'll need to do is own it, allow it to rain first, and then what you will start seeing is little lines showing up. Hey, soft stuff, how you doing, bud? As you can see, just in the pond, just ahead there, there's little lines. That's your silt. There's different ponds around the map where you can get it. And you can actually use the silt to make compost, to make fertilizer and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a nice easy one. Right, so how are you doing? You're still going. So we've got ore mine there. This is what I've cleared out so far from this corner. So you can just about make out the outline of how much is cleared. Not a lot, but a little bit there. Still need to get the stumps up, to be honest. Obviously, one thing you will probably need to start off with is one of the ferries, or this guy. Obviously, this is going to allow you to get onto the outer part of the map for the sell points. And it's just a little barge, you can drive onto it with your trucks, your trailers, your combines, whatever. It's really kind of cool. And you're unloading there. Okay, so pretty much on top of most things, so might as well get these guys ready. Obviously, if you go into the menu, it will show the different sell points for selling these products. So obviously make sure to just go for the higher price one. It'll be one of the ports most likely. There you go. And yep, this map does have boats on it. It's got fishing, like I mentioned earlier, which is kind of cool. There's that. Let me go find you. There we go. FS Miner converted the bucket, but for the Cat 980. Oh, okay, I'll have to check that out. I will have to check that out, or see if I can convert the whole thing. Never done vehicles, so apart from obviously that tanker. Oh, and thank you, Mr. Reaper, for the shout out. So, in case someone wants to play this map again on 19, where are the fastest live? So, yeah, they're on the Sim Game Alliance website now under the FS19 mods. You've got the PV County, PV Uncharted, Industries, and all that up there as well as the original 4X map. There's now the central island for this one. They're all up there, mod packs. Obviously you can use PV tools as well. I did mention it to Mr. Dave. I've got the original link for it, unfortunately, to see if we can get it up on the SGA website at some point. But I know that Mr. T Miller there has got it in his Google Drive. I've got it myself on my Google Drive, so if any guys want it, you're more than welcome to it. Convert it to work on the Volvo. And there's Mr. Cowboy Mike. How you doing, buddy? Welcome in. Convert it to work on the Volvo, believe. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I do like that bucket. It's a really nice looking bucket. That's the thing. I really, really like it, but it really goes well with the wheel loader. Excuse me. Am I the only one that thinks you're pretty quiet? It's probably just you, Michael. I'm hoping I'm not too quiet. I can always up it if you want. Oh, wipes. See, now you made me crash, Michael. Dang you. There we are. Yeah, because looking at my mixer, it's jacked right up, so yeah. Maybe check your sound settings, Michael. You have it too. Okay. Oh. Helper. Oh, that's another thing as well with this one as well. That if you know what you're looking for, you can actually change some of the names of the hired helpers on here as well. That's kind of cool. I must do that at some point if I can remember how to do it. Go. Picks up nice and neat. Maybe it's the microphone being a little bit far away. Let's try that. Is that any better? I'm actually hitting the red now in the... Oh, blimey. I could actually up it if you need be. That's better, is it? Oh, okay. I just brought the microphone a little bit closer to me. Fat gob. Right, so... There's you. And we'll get around to the... Doing some bridges in a sec, actually, because that's something I do want to get sorted out. Obviously the map, in the mod folder itself, there is an autoload trailer as well set up for the map. Obviously, one thing it's a bit different to this map than most. Obviously, you get containers on this one, which is kind of nice. Oh, I give up. How about I keep it about there and talk a little bit louder? Sounds fine. Hey, Shy Wizard, how you doing? Mind you, I do talk loudly at times, so sent you whisper. Oh, Mr. Reaper. Okay. From Theme Park Talk. Okay. Don't be here. How you doing? I have everything at max, and it sounds like you're in a tunnel. That's kind of strange. Not sure what's going on there, bud. Not sure. I know that Mr. T Miller was having some issues with his sound settings earlier, so I don't know if something going on with the OBS and stuff. Could be. Why are you doing this to me, Billy? I want to play County again. That's the whole point. Nah, it's what what the main reason is. There's been a lot of questions recently about the map and stuff like that. So I thought, why not jump back in? I'm probably going to do these one every Wednesday now, to be honest. I'm kind of enjoying being back on here. Obviously for the next few weeks until the expansion comes out, and obviously Dave's map and stuff. So yeah, you're gonna have to put up with it, unfortunately. But 19 on Wednesdays, so got to remember to change palette size for what you're loading. Yep, I'm gonna get that round to that in a sec, Mr. Cope. Doing well. How about you doing? Yep, cool. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good actually. Right, there we go. He's off and at it. So one thing I do need is this. So obviously on this map, there is several of these little storages that you can actually place down, including a big logistics center, and that was going to take all the products apart from the mining stuff in the logistics center. And what it can actually do is convert your pallets into containers. Now for the bridges, you're going to need 25,000 litres of steel, barrier, concrete and rebar. And that's basically going to be a container of each of them. Obviously, as you can see from the display there, I do have enough to spawn a container of each. Keep wanting to say pallet. Obviously what you do is you put your pallets in and your containers back in if you've got any excess, and it's just going to load them out as containers only. Noticed any issues with the patch up? Yeah, there is a few issues. So Mr. Jaren, there's a couple of mods preventing the game from loading up. One's now been fixed. Let me give me a little list actually a sec. Where is it? So the first one that's actually now been fixed is the enhanced fill type categories mod by Wopster. That was causing some people issues and it's now been updated. It's on the in-game mod hub. The ones that haven't been fixed yet is the lumberjack mod for 22 and the dynamic field pricing mod at the minute has been causing issues. There's probably some others as well. So what I'd recommend for anybody who finds that their save games aren't loading up is to crash the game and then take out any additional script mods that you may be running and add them in one at a time. Obviously I've gone through the PV mods themselves for Wolf Creek and they all seem to be working fine. So obviously the revamp script's fine. The universal autoload and universal autoload add-on scripts are working fine. I even got precision farming to load on fine. So yeah, the lumberjack mod has been causing a lot of people issues. There's possibly others out there as well, but that's the ones that I know of. In addition to that, the pumps and hoses and the revamp mod are conflicting again. You can still load up your save game with them, but obviously you won't be able to go over to the player trigger and hit the R key to go into the menu. It crashes your game. Braven is onto it. He's looking into it, getting it fixed, and hopefully there should be an update coming in the next, I don't know, maybe day or two to sort that out. Talking of the revamp mod, the issue between the Maze Plus and the revamp is now being fixed. So if you want to use it, give it a try and let us know how you get on. Personally, it seems a lot of hassle, additional hassle, should say. And yeah, the compost add-on was the other one. Thanks. I think that Braven mentioned about that one was having an issue as well. I knew there was something else, but yeah, there's probably other ones out there that are causing issues. If any of you guys do come across them, let us know, and yeah, we'll add it to our list to keep an eye on. Enhanced mod and lumberjack mod and other few. Yep. Hopefully there's going to be updates coming out in the next day or two to get them fixed. Gonna be relearning experience, the returning the old ways. Yeah, I'm still trying to remember half of it as well. Theme park talk. Yeah, Governor. Bless you. Right, so yeah, as I was going to say, with the bridges you need 25k of your barrier. Obviously, if you just do it one at a time, that's then going to spawn a nice little container on top here. There's one right there, so you've got your barrier. You will need a container of concrete, which I do not have enough of. Dang it. I can go around and get some more in a minute. You will need rebar. And you will need some steel. Right. What was it? Concrete, wasn't it? So I need to get some more concrete. So let's go over to Piev's and grab some of that first of all. Right, let's bring this up while I'm at it. So obviously with the containers there, you will need to have it set to cargo containers. So if you look in the F1 menu that I just opened up, the second one down there says load cargo containers, key Z. Obviously you can, if you hit the Z key, it's going to switch between the different pallet types and bales. Obviously you've got barrels, pallets, or barrier I should say. You got trash, which you can get from your factories. You can load onto this. Personally, there's also the trash truck for this map as well, which you can use. Oil pumps, obviously that's a later game thing. And it's going to be basically loading one pump onto the back of one of these, or derrick, donkey, what you want to call them. It's quite a big one, and obviously you get that from Black Diamond. But you're going to need Dell up and running, Copper by Design, so yeah, a lot going on there before you even get there. Obviously you feed pallets, so this is going to be for your animal feed pallets. Obviously small square bales. I was hoping they would fix pine trees getting stuck in the ground when cutting them down. Have they not fixed that? I do know they've added a few new features to the in-game harvesters on 22. I haven't really done much actual gameplay since this morning. I'm doing the update, or I should say this afternoon when I did it. Anyway, so back onto this, so you can do large square bales, your different round bales, and yep, I cannot drive. I'm too used to doing keyboard on here. Try to do steering wheel at a minute, it's not easy. Obviously different cotton bales have been added to this as well, so your round cotton bales. There is one for your standard cotton bales as well. You got Heston bales there. Your straw add-on can actually be used on this map as well. You can do that. Round bale, cotton module, storage modules. What's the storage modules? That's a good question. I don't remember that one. Egg boxes, you name it. So that obviously, what you might find as well, dang it, is you get put trailers in there already. Different pallets will load on different settings, so you may have to click through the different settings till you get the right one. There we go. So just bear that in mind as well, guys. And one nice trick actually with a couple of the factories, so this one in particular, so the concrete factory, the animal feed factory, I think there was another one but I can't remember now. But there's a couple that will take something called sacks, which you can get from your Aurora Textiles factory, and that is another buildable factory over here. And when you add that into some of these factories, you can actually output containers or add in additional of that crop or that output. Obviously for this one in particular, obviously you put your sacks in there and you'll actually get containers of concrete coming out here. You can actually auto-load them from there and so on. So if you want to make life a little bit easier, I'd probably recommend trying to get over to the Aurora Textiles factory and getting those sacks in as soon as you can. Right, so what I do need is some concrete. Just grab them. Now I have no idea, I cannot remember. Let's see, I think it's one of these, is it? Yep, there we go. Obviously, once you've got it turned on, you can actually just leave it on. And obviously, as you can see, if I try and jump in here, you've got some pallets that aren't quite getting hit. Obviously, this factory does have the pushers, and on the side there, you may have spotted it, just next to the display there, you got these two little lights, and that's actually going to allow you to push those pallets to the front. Now, word of warning with this bit, there is also a door here, and if you're over too far, you could end up actually closing the door and not hitting the buttons there. So what you have to do is, or I always find, is if you go in close enough, to the right, you can just get, you see on the top there, it says pusher on. Just click the left mouse button and that'll actually activate the pusher, and you can actually see them being pushed onto the trailer now. And that is so cool. There we go, so we've now got a full trailer's worth of concrete. The nice thing is they're now off of the map, so they're not going to cause any lag issues. My driving, on the other hand, might cause some crash issues. But hey ho. I was hoping they would... Oh yeah, I've got that already, didn't I? The only thing I will say, obviously, if you've got a full pallet, or a full trailer of pallets... Yeah, I cannot drive with a freaking steering wheel on here. Hang on a sec. Let's try and line that up to the centre. There we go. I'm gonna go on the keyboard and mouse. It's a lot easier. Yeah, one thing to remember and remind you guys is if you've got a full pallet or a full trailer of pallets, try and stay out of going into like the menu, because once it starts saving, it's going to unload those pallets and you're going to have a right mess to clean up. So just bear that in mind. One way around it is to leave one pallet off. So obviously I need 8, I've got 18 on here. If I had only had the 17, it would kind of override that option, which is kind of cool. Let's see if I can get this blinking thing to reload now and connect. Oh, there we go. Come on, bring up the rest. There we go. Cool, so I've got my buttons back. I will take a quick break in a little while, go check on my wife. But obviously I'm going to get this into the storage first, and I'll just leave it to transfer over to a container. Doesn't take too long, but that's cool. Obviously at the minute, where are we? Nearly 7 o'clock in the evening on the map, which is actually just ahead of my actual real life time, which is kind of cool. But as always, guys, if you've got any questions, just drop them in chat. I'll probably after the break, what I'll do is I'll make a start on getting some of these other bridges built. Hey, Green Thumb Farmer, how you doing, bud? Right, I gotta remember how to unload this bugger now. Y key, unload marker position B. There we go. Obviously hit the B key, it's going to show you where it's going to be unloading. Obviously the side, to the back, to the right there, and then not sure where that one is, I think it's on the front, maybe. And then back to the side. Obviously like before, the storages you as well have this little manhole cover, just click on that to sell it if you've got multiples. So you've got a unloading bay area and a loading area. This is one of the things I'm trying to get into 22 as well to work. It's not quite working for me at the minute, but I'll get there eventually. Obviously, you can just unload it straight into there. Give it a, I don't know, maybe a few minutes, and that'll then go from the output, or the input, to the output. And yep, the Wi-Fi is playing up again. Let me just get this lined up. Oh man. Come on, behave. Behave. Obviously each side of the storages here have their own pushers, so it's kind of cool. Right, let's catch up on MB7 sent you a message in Twitch Whisper from there. The more I see PV Canty, the more I want to buy FS19. Go for it. I know there is a few places you can actually pick it up quite cheap. And as you can see, it's actually gone through now. Okay, I might as well get this. See if I can get this one done first of all. Concrete. There. As you can see, it's literally bounced. You've got about 300 litre capacity overall, which is kind of nice. Obviously, just want the one there. Alright, so let's bring that back up. So, obviously, going to need to change the loading type to container. So there's cargo container. Obviously, hit the U key to turn it on. The nice thing, you can actually jump off, and it'll keep that on. Obviously, pusher there. Just get rid of that. And that's just going to auto-load them straight on. That is really kind of cool. What you could do if you wanted to cheat is you could actually use super strength, pick them up, put them inside there, because obviously there's nothing actually there. See, let's see, I can walk inside, which is kind of cool. Right, so let's go do one bridge at least before I jump off for a quick break. I've been doing a series on the map for the last 6 weeks. Exactly, and obviously, if you're not following Mr. T Miller, make sure to click on his. Oh, actually, here you go. Let me do it, because I know some people don't like giving themselves shout-outs. I know most of you guys are following him anyway. But click on his link there in chat. What I'll do is on Facebook, because I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube afterwards. What I'll do is I'll add everybody in from the SGA as well, for anybody who wants to join, or join in any of their streams and such for questions and such. So yeah, back to the bridges quickly. What I'd recommend is just unload it onto the trailer itself. Heck. Unload Y key there, and then just drive over the trigger there. And what I would do is I would just take the whole thing. There's one, there's two. Go back and grab the rest. Yeah, I've still got to really properly set up my steering wheel. It's very, very light on here compared to the 22 version. Every Thursday at 1 AM Eastern. Okay, you only you put it down to once a week, have you now then? Did wonder. Because you were doing like Tuesdays and Thursdays, weren't you, T Miller? But yeah, if you've got any questions, obviously you can ask T Miller when he streams tomorrow. Right, so let's turn you on. And Game Room 890, thank you very much for the follow there, bud. How you doing? And welcome on in. Right, let's turn that on. Come over here. Hit the old pusher. Oops. There it is. My mouse went out of the screen there for a moment. That was kind of weird. 1, 2. Yeah, one time a week for now. Okay. Yeah, T Miller is the reason you download it again. Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be the last 2 products needed for that bridge. So it's going to take roughly an in-game day for the actual bridge to build. So maybe once I get that contract finished, if it's not done already, harvest-wise, I might just run it through the night and you can actually see it being built. Right, so obviously I need to unload you. Whoa. Obviously, word of warning, do not unload while you're still travelling. Right, so there, so 25,000 of that one, and the last product. There we go. I'm just going to park this in here. If I can steer, which I cannot with this wheel. Yipes. And obviously you do have an information menu to tell you exactly how much is there. So there we go. So it's yep, 25 of each. Obviously what you might find is every now and again it'll come up with 99%, but it is fully complete, done and dusted. Obviously just go into the menu, make sure that that is turned on and it's active, and obviously that will then start building the bridge, which is kind of nice. Can you send me a copy of PV Tools? I need the mod folder thingy. I've got it as well if you need it. And I can put it in chat for anybody who does want that. There. Hopefully Mr. Dashnet here can get it put up on the Sim Game Alliance website. PV Tools version 3. There we go. Get link. Copy. Done. Oh, how rude of you, T Miller. Okay. Yeah, it takes around about a day to 2 days, Cowboy, now. Obviously, Dave did drop that down with some of the builds. Right, day to 2 days, yeah. Right, so let's get that offloaded. Nope, not you. You. So at least that one's on the way, at least anyway. Yeah, I think it was around about 2 or 3 days before it was all optimized and updated and stuff. See, now it's a little bit less going in and less time needed to build it. And how are you doing, Colpaz, I think that is? Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on just over a day for most of the builds now. I think maybe 1 or 2 of the factories maybe take a little bit longer, but overall they're usually done within a day. I'm pretty sure the 3 that I've already built were done within a day. Get on you. There we go. So what I'm actually going to do, while this guy's just finishing off, I'm going to take a quick break. Let me come out of here. I'll just shove it onto intermission screen. And obviously I'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys. And once this guy's finished, we'll probably run through and just watch that bridge being built. That'd be kind of nice to see, I think. But yeah, back in a couple of minutes, guys. Alright guys, I am back. Right, so let's get into the right screen now. There we go. Okay, dokie. So just a quick one. I've got a notification come through from Creative Mesh, and there is an update on the in-game on Giants for precision for the pumps and hoses. They've actually added in support for the precision farming. So if you guys are using it, make sure to get that while you're doing your updates. They've also done a lot of fixes and tweaks to the pumps and hoses as well. So that's kind of cool. What was it? What was it? Where is it? I know some. I think. Oh, who was it the other day? Thank you, Cowboy Mikes. I think it was Mr. Jaron was asking about the separators not working quite right. Seemingly that issue has now been fixed as well. Yeah, the manure fix for the manure separators not working with placeables on dedicated servers. So I'm guessing that's going to work for obviously your single players as well. Alright, I just need to get that little bit at the end. It's always helpful. Alright, so let's get this contract finished off, and what I'll do is I'll just run it through some time to get that bridge built. And we're just going to sit there and watch it being built. It's kind of cool, the different phases that it goes through. There we go, there we go. Yep, mentioned that earlier. Yeah, the enhanced fill by Wopster was causing a few people issues. That's now been updated as well. What's Mr. Dave up to anyway today?
You really want to know?
Golfing?
No, actually, they broke that with an update last night.
Oh, for cripe's sakes. Probably, well.
No, I'm actually doing the Astro Colony demo, and
Okay.
it's really freaking cool.
Ah.
Let's say the demo. How many hours have I got in the demo right now? Just 103 minutes, so almost two, just over 2 hour and well, about an hour and a half, a little bit more.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
But it's pretty cool.
That's the one that looks like Satisfactory in space, isn't it? That one.
Yeah, it's different, but I've got constructors down on my platform, and I just flew to my first like little planet thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind checking that out actually as well.
This one is it's different.
Yeah.
What's amazing about this one though? One guy made it.
Oh, that's cool.
This guy has so much talent. I wish I had his talents.
You do.
I did a little research on him. He actually got a grant from Unreal for the game to help finish it because they really liked what he was working on.
Oh, nice.
It'll be out next week in early access, November 7th, actually. I don't know if it's next week or the week after. But the demo is fully playable. You just can't go too far into the game.
Yeah.
But you only have certain technologies you can do, the beginning technologies. So.
Yeah, definitely have to check that demo on that then.
Yeah. It has a few issues that need to be worked out.
It's a demo,
like
so
any,
yeah.
Like any game. They always do.
Yep.
And the one thing, but the issue here that's making this super easy is when the power generator runs out of fuel, everything still keeps running. That's the major issue.
Oh. I wouldn't complain about that. That's cool. That's a nice little bug.
I don't know if it was done that, it could have been done that way for the demo just to make it easier for people,
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, technically it's hooked up, but it runs out of carbon. You don't have to worry about it. Everything keeps working on that.
Funky.
Having a blast though. It's pretty darn cool.
So we're really trying to concentrate and keep this thing on the road at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see if there's a way of making the wheel for 19 slightly tighter or something. Because it's very, very light on the steering compared to obviously FS22, which is what I'm really used to. So, hence why the concentration at the minute. I'll have to look at me settings and stuff. That's alright, Vortex, by the way. Yeah, covered a little bit already at the beginning of this stream regarding 22, the update and stuff. So that is kind of cool. There we go. Now, obviously, I'm not really worried about keeping any crops at the minute, so I'm just going to sell the whole lot because I do need the money. There's that. Obviously, contract's now complete, so what I'll just do is get this guy driving back to the main farm, probably be the best place. Obviously, you can use auto drive, which can't. Ah, stop it, that one. The old auto drive here. Hopefully, I've got one for the main farm. What would I usually put it under? Farm silo or something? Nope. Good question. Oh. Ooh, I got an error there. No depth map available. Oh, yeah. What have I got near here? Johnson's farm. Okay. J. Silo. There we go. Farm. That'll do. Did you get it? Yep, I did. Okay, cool. Right. So obviously, one thing I want to just really show off is obviously these bridges being built. So obviously, just before the break there, I did obviously drop in everything, and it's just literally hit that first little bit of production going on. So what I'm actually going to do is go into flight mode. I'm going to turn everything else off. HUD off. Actually, I'll keep the HUD on for the minute. I'm just going to fly over and we're just going to watch this being built. Just need to find a nice, you can actually see the different sections. So obviously this is how it is to start off with. There's no actual collision on that central part, but as it gets built, it will slowly add in new parts to the bridge and obviously add in those collisions. So actually I'm just going to save that there just in case it messes up. I'm hoping not, but there's always a first time for anything. There we go, and let's bring, oh, not too fast. Yeah, let's see if that'll work. Hopefully it's not going to bugger up going too high. Unfortunately, well, you can just see the bridge coming in and going out. It builds pretty quickly actually overall. Let's keep that going. I don't think that's finished quite yet. Let's go see. Actually, there you go. So actually, the trigger's actually gone. That's just gone through the night once. So what you'll be able to now do, it's even less than a day now for the bridges. Let me just bring that on a day a bit. Oh, live that's bright. Let me jump into my truck here and I'll take a little drive down there. And I can show you. So that is how quick these bridges now work. Hey Nikki, how you doing? You love some PV County? Yep, me too. I just wish I could drive. So obviously the trigger's now gone, that little sign is now gone, and should be able to now drive all the way over that without having an issue. Obviously that was only running it through one night and it's done this entire bridge. Every now and again what you may find is some take a little bit longer on that last little percentage. But there you go, I've now got full access over the bridge to the lower part of PV County in the centre. Obviously we've got Dell. just in front of me to the right there, we've got all these buildings that we can remove. We've got the library, the museum, I should say. This Sam Adams down here. We've got Wolfie's Pizza down there. So yeah, obviously the bridges do not take that long to build now. So that is very, very cool. You're loading up your save game now, are you? Okay. Yeah, so obviously originally it was set to like maybe 2 days, maybe 3 max. To be honest, I don't think it was even that long. Obviously, with the optimization for the map that was done, obviously a lot of the figures were dropped for the bridges from 100. Thank you, my dear, for the coffee. It was basically originally 100,000 per product to 25,000 litres. There we go. Let's back that up. I'm almost 1,600 hours on my original save. Wow. So you must have pretty much all the map then done now then, Team Miller, have you? Did you start at Johnson's Farm named after Dave? Yeah, I did. I did. Yes. I'm sort of getting used to steering wheel malarkey on here. But yeah, so that is basically going to be your bridges. Oops, Fudge did me do that. Meant to hit the engine. Alright, so let's tab through, see what's going on. So we've got this guy going back to the main farm. Don't need you at the minute. This is something I do want, so like I said earlier, you can sell a fair bit of the mining products on the map. What I'd probably recommend is maybe keep one of each of the smaller mines for yourself. All the rest could actually be sold or stored, whatever. You could make a heck of a lot of money just from the mining materials, that's for sure. Everything but about 10 solar panels. Yeah, actually, I didn't really do too many of the solar panels, to be honest. I think I've still got a handful on Duke Energy to go. But that's about the only ones I've done, really, on my original. Right, there's the other one. Actually, what I need to do is to turn that off and that off, because they are annoying. Yeah, exactly. And obviously, like Team Miller says there, once you get to the desert, for anybody who isn't sure where that is. Oh, I'm empty. Obviously, down in the lower, what is this, northeast, southwest area, this area, is the desert. Obviously, you do have to collect the sand off of it to find those oil nodes. You can make a fortune just from that. That is for sure. Right, so you got to get to that part first. So, but until then, I'm just going to carry on doing these. Obviously, you're going to need to own the land for any of these mines to be able to collect them. So just bear that in mind if you come up to one of these mines to start mining the product and you're not getting anything from it. Make sure that you own that land. There we go. So let's get this filled up. You've cleared about 30% of it and still have over 149 million. Oh, blimey, yeah. To be honest, I think I stuck mine into one giant storage for the most part. I did sell some of it off. But yeah, I've literally cleared all the desert. I've got every oil well down on my original save game there. Actually, I would say original save game, but it wasn't. It was actually, I think, my second playthrough. But I still call it my original. The first one was kind of just getting used to the map, to be honest. There we go. But yeah. Whenever I play a map, I tend to go full on long-term type thing. Obviously, once I found this map, it was like game over for any other map, that's for sure, in 19. Obviously then Uncharted came out, I played quite a bit on there. But yeah. Right, actually, while I'm here, let me just get this filled up ready. As well. But yeah, the mines are definitely a good way of making money. And the nice thing as well, once you've actually cleared a mine out, if you're really clever and you've got the right size one, you can actually make them into like a factory area if you wanted to, or animal area if you wanted to. I know Mr. Darius Frost turned one of the coal mines, I think it was, into a cow farm, which was kind of cool. Ooh, stuck. I know on my other save game over... Oh, where is it? I think it's this sand mine here, if I remember rightly. I ended up obviously clearing that out, and I put Popcorn Suttons in there. Fit just perfectly. There we go. So that's fine there for now. Right, so you're on your way. Obviously got them still to go. Got quite a few. That is something I did need to sort out. Might as well do that now quickly. It's a bit of a long drive back up to the area and down, but a bit of a pain really. I want to pick up some silt from the pond there. Ended up coming back with the autoload bucket. And obviously, if anybody was unaware, obviously the bucket on the front, there's two versions of it. One is an autoload version, so you can pick up your rocks from the tunnels. The second one is set to bulk, so you can actually pick things up off the ground like you would normally. So just bear that in mind, I totally didn't realise. So they're going off to Port Fitzgerald, Mr. Culp. Hopefully the price was still the same. Obviously if you come into the menu, obviously you do have all of their own custom icons, as long as, and the wording is now placed underneath. Let me just scroll through a sec. There is a lot on this map, that is for sure. So sand was one. Okay, so it's now Washington. Yeah, obviously where I've flooded Fitzgerald, it's now changed it. I do have some in storage as well. Interesting. Oh yeah, I know where that is. Gravel, Fitzgerald. So yeah, gravel is fine. It's just the sand needs to be changed to Washington for the minute. Obviously these will keep going up until you obviously hit its high point. You never did the underground coal mine. Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the early ones that I got done. But that tunnel is probably the longest one on the map. So what he's on about there is obviously in here, this mine right here, the coal mine, actually dips down under the map almost. Terrain. It's literally in this little area here. And yeah, it's really kind of cool. Little underground mine there for coal. Obviously Darius Frost, who played a lot on this map, turned that into like a cow farm, as it were, I suppose is the best way to put it. Definitely gives you some additional ideas. Obviously I know the ones on Wolf Creek now, a lot of them, or some of them I should say, you can actually remove those tunnel roofs, the mine roofs, and actually you reuse the area once the product's cleared out. So you could put a factory there if you want to, make it into a field. Definitely cool. And my Wi-Fi is still playing up a little bit in here. Does not want that to connect. Go on, connect. Let's bring the coffee over this side. And yes, I have turned the AI traffic off at the minute. So with using auto drive, I would not recommend having them both active. It can be a bit of a stalemate with them. There we go. It's good in cab view. A minute. Ooh, hands. They're not my hands. That's horrible. Hey, Mr. KW, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, so quite a bit of trees I've cleared there now. So getting there slowly, working my way through. Obviously, the nice thing, once those trees are cleared, obviously you've got to get rid of those stumps as well. That's one thing I do need to do. Actually, one thing I will do. As you can see, I'm hitting high 30s into 40s on my frame rates currently on the map. So it's not that bad. Obviously, I do have a pretty decent system, to be honest. But one thing to bear in mind, once you start getting those factories built and up and running, that is going to make a big effect on your frame rates, along with obviously your crops and whatever mods you're running. Obviously, like things like seasons, course play, and all that, they can really be a right number on your frame rates. Let's just pan around. So 45 I've seen there, but yeah, not too bad at the minute frame rate wise. It's very steady. And obviously I'm actually on, I think it's ultra high settings, so it just gives you an idea of how well this map can actually perform to start off with. I know when I load up my other save game actually, and I don't know what T Miller's is like, because obviously I've never really seen his other save game, but with mine I think I get around about high 20s, maybe into the 30 frame rate on here, and that's with all the factories built up and running. It's, yeah, a lot of work. Come on, get up this hill. You're around 17 to 20. Okay, yeah. I know when I was on my laptop, obviously that was bad. Obviously, actually, what you see now in the stream is what was having on my laptop. But obviously, I was getting around about the 15, maybe 16, 17 frame rates. And that was on the lowest settings as well. But because the map is so amazing, I didn't care about the frame rates and stuff. I know a lot of people get really hung up on the frame rates. Oh, I'm only getting this, I'm only getting that on here. Shouldn't I be getting more? Well, to be honest, one is the 16x map, it's an FX19 map, and there's a heck of a lot going on the map. So, yeah, you ain't gonna get a lot of frame rates, even with a high spec PC. And obviously, I've got a similar PC to what Dave has, or Dashnet has, and yeah, as you can see right now, I'm still hitting pretty high frame rates, and I'm actually very shocked at actually how high they really are. Yeah, exactly, Cowboy Mikes. Yeah, obviously with his seasons, obviously that with that being such a high resource mod for 19, obviously the best way of adding it in is to load up your save game first of all, and then go back out, load it in with the seasons mod, and obviously the GL for the map, and then start adding in your mods as well once you're done there. So get rid of that one. Get off, get off, get off. There we go. Same with like Courseplay. That's another resource hunger mod as well. So load that in once you've got everything else in, if you're going to use Courseplay. Right, so that's the bucket I actually wanted. So time to drive back down and get some of that silt that I wanted. There we go. Let's put that on cruise. There we go. You still don't worry about frame rates. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, it's a nice map. What's the point in stressing over low frame rates in my eyes? So as you can see, you do get some decent frame rates if you've got a. If you're not bothered about it, just turn it off like I usually do, to be honest. So yeah. But yeah, there is some people out there who are always got your frame rates on and always worried when it dips below like 55. It's like, what's the point? Just enjoy the map, ignore the frame rates. See, for me, you're seeing what I'm seeing right now. There's no stuttering, or very, very little stuttering, to be honest. Actually, I don't think I've had any stuttering yet. There's no traces. Yeah. Now, if this was in 22, I wonder how well it would perform. That's what I'm wondering. Obviously, Dave's not going to convert this map. He's obviously don't go backwards. You want to go forwards. Do you have Christmas auto X-Band auto? Yeah, it's on the website, Cowboy. If you go to where you download PV County, in the description there, I've actually put a link to my Google Drive for the auto drive routes. Yeah, and like T Miller said, yep, they're on the website now. You don't care about frame rates unless it gets to the single digits, really. Yeah, obviously once you do get down below like 10, it is really noticeable, and yeah, that's when you want to start worrying what's going on. At that point, I'll probably look at your log, see what's going on, if there's errors and stuff like that. So yeah, obviously fast forwarding through time, especially with seasons, is going to affect your frame rates, like T-Mill says, first thing in the morning when your crops are drawing in and changing. There we go. Obviously seasonal texturing as well on the map, that's going to affect it as well if you run the seasons. Obviously at the minute I haven't bothered adding seasons in here, I just want to enjoy it while I can. Yes. Definitely. Love it. I love being back on County actually. Definitely well worth doing it. If any of you guys want to try a PV map and you've got FS19, get on County, check it out. You won't be disappointed. Obviously if you like a little bit of what's the thing I want? If you've got a bit of creative side to yourself, check out obviously Uncharted as well. Obviously Mr. T Miller there is doing a run through both on County and Uncharted for 19, as well as the Uncharted for 22. And obviously his Uncharted, he's got a lot of ideas that he's putting in, so it's definitely well worth checking that out. It's like a No Man's style map. Oh, thank you, dear. So you can actually put your own little stamp on it, have your farm how you want it. You don't have to worry about pre-placed buildings and stuff. Obviously the only thing that is on there is obviously a couple of sell points and your vehicle store. Apart from that, enjoy it. You got it, thanks. Good. Yeah, I'm hoping that Mr. Dave can get PV tools on the website as well added at some point. Obviously I haven't got the original link for it. I ended up grabbing it just before PV mods was taken down. I also grabbed a couple of other things while I was there. Actually, while I think about it, vehicles. Trucks. Obviously, you will get the bank truck in the pack, guys, and that's going to allow you to transport your gold bars or your gold flakes, whatever they are, on here. But there is a auto-loading trash truck as well. I've actually got it on my Google Drive if any of you guys want it. There was that. There was also, I think there's a concrete truck as well. that Mr. Fummins did. So you could actually use that in Piev's concrete there to transport your concrete in loose form instead. I think I grabbed that as well. What was the other one? Oh, the Peterbilt, I think it was as well. That was on in 19. I think I grabbed that as well. I'll have to look on my Google Drive to see exactly what I grabbed. You've got them also? Okay, cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, but obviously with the Uncharted FS19 map, there was no auto-drive routes set up. For the simple fact, obviously, we never knew where you guys were going to put things down, so it was kind of pointless doing it. So, obviously, on the website there is the competition winners for Uncharted. Their save games are up there for 19 if you want to play on any of them. You're more than welcome to. And obviously, you've got the Pompey's edition, which has been converted over to 22, which Mr. T. Miller is playing a lot on. I love the Peterbilt mod. Okay, I'll have a look. And let me see a sec. I'm sure it was a Peterbilt. It was a sort of a Dashnet colour. Hang on, nope, not that one. Let me go. Oh, stop going into that one. I want the Google Chrome. There we go. Let's see, FS19 stuff. So the auto drive, bank, sell point, Kashmir storage, Mac Terra Pro. It might be. Oh, that's the one. The Peterbilt Cement Modland Net. There's that one. I haven't actually got it on here, but if you want to try it out, you're more than welcome to. Anyone copy. So the first link is going to be for the Peterbilt cement truck. Should have found mining product. And the Mac Terra Pro. I'm going to pop that in chat as well for anybody. That was quite a nice truck, if it's the one I remember. There you go. That's the second one there. And let me just get the link, copy. And for anybody who wants the auto drive configuration routes for county, that's going to be the final one there as well. Cool. Right then. Obviously, with the silt, you can use it in the Gold Masters as well on here, which is kind of cool. There we go. Obviously, as I mentioned before, you will need to own the land first of all, before you can do this. Allow it to rain, or use a tanker and add the water into the ponds. The problem is it's quite a dense thing, and it's having a few issues picking the buggers up. There we go. I might have to get my cheaty mod out for doing these. Come on, pick it up, pick it up. There we go. Yeah, so you can use the silt for the Gold Masters, you can use it to do fertilizer, compost. See, that's another thing that could maybe... I wonder if that can be added to 22. How that fills in. Like that. So I know that Mr. Dave has obviously been working on the bog area for his new map. Hey, Nico K, how you doing, bud? I bet this takes you back a little bit. Haven't seen PV County in a while. Yeah. And Dax Gamer 9000. Thank you very much for the follow, bud. And how are you doing? Make sure I spell the name right. Hang on a sec. Obviously, if you're not following Nico K, make sure to click on his link, give him a follow. He does a lot of different games. Does ATS, like Call of Duty, Farm Sim 22, 19. Yeah, quite a variety, that's for sure. Right, there we go. Come on. I think I'll just take it up a bit. There we go. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking over the next few weeks on a Wednesday, obviously with it being that little longer stream, I'll probably be doing a lot more of these little playthroughs on PV County. At least till obviously the Platinum expansion comes out, and then, yeah, there we go. Go from there. And then obviously after the new year, with any luck, we will have obviously the new map from Mr. Dajnet here. You are very, very welcome, bud. And as always, any questions, you're more than welcome to drop them in chat. Now, I don't know if I've got anything. Oh, looks like I might have. Ooh. Is it time to buy a bank truck yet? Gold! Yay! Oh, I've got a full thing of clean fill as well. Well, see, one nice thing with obviously that clean fill from here, you can actually put it into PIEVs as an additional product. So I need to get this emptied out. It's actually quite full, to be honest. Looking at that number on the front. Obviously, gold for the most part can just be sold on here, but once you get to the Dell factory, you will need it for some of those products in there. One thing to note as well, guys, I'm hoping it's not done in here, but you just keep an eye on, obviously you're unloading with a bucket. For some reason it does not like stopping. Righty then, I need a big truck really, so you're there. Oh, let's do you. Fun and games, but yeah, you get quite a few starting options. But like I said, if you're just wanting to get used to it to start off with, you never played the map, I'd definitely recommend the new farmer option. And if you're feeling a bit more daring, then possibly try and go with one of the other start options there. Actually, while I think about it, let me do it on my phone now that it's behaving a sec. I'll see if I can find a link for that video that I did the other week quickly. Library, PV County streams. That's from a year ago, 2 weeks ago. There we go. So let me share, copy link. The jab start would be very tough indeed. I don't know anybody that's done that one. So if any of you guys are interested who've never played this map before or seen this map but want to try it out, obviously it is on the SGA website. Obviously 2 weeks ago I did do kind of a run through of the map of obviously how it looks when you first load it up in the Johnson's farm new farmer start, and I actually loaded up my other save game that has everything built on it to show you guys what it looks like. I'm going to bit self-promote though. If you click on that link that I just put in chat, I'll also add it to my YouTube as well for anybody. It actually shows you first of all how to download it from the website, and then actually the options for starting up and getting going at least. I wasn't very fully well prepared for the stream, that start part of it, so you have to just bear with the first part. But you get an idea of what the map looks like when you first load it up. Obviously all the different mods from the website, as well as what it could potentially look once you get in and get those factories built. Oh, excuse me. It was definitely a 3 hour stream that will... I could have definitely gone on longer, that's for sure. I could do like a 6 hour, 12 hour stream on this map and still wouldn't be bored. And anybody that does say that they get bored on this map, I'd slap them, to be honest. Right, while that's going, Control G. One thing, if you are just starting out as well, to remember, come into your global company menu, go to the little, what you call it, sprocket icon there, and make sure that this top one is enabled. Without that being enabled, you will not be able to place much down on the map. You're very welcome, Mr. Cope. What for? Obviously, you do have the first one there, which is going to be your factories. Obviously, some of those storages will show in here as well. Don't worry about that. Obviously, I haven't got that much, to be honest. The nice thing is, when you click on it, it will show in the menu, in the map here, where it's located on the map. Obviously, some storages will show in here. Obviously, there is a dynamic mining storage for the map that will be showing it in here. That allows you to switch between different unloading bays. Obviously, that just shows you what mods currently are being loaded in. Obviously, I've got the logistics DLC. I'm using that on 22 as well at the minute. Obviously, you've got PV County, Tobacco Factory showing up. The global market, that is a cool mod to have. I haven't actually got it fully activated on here at the minute, but it allows you to sell and buy products from other players around the world. It's kind of cool. Alright, yeah. Okay, no worries, bud. Yeah. Obviously, especially if you're on Uncharted, you definitely need to have that activated. For the simple fact is, where the map terrain is compared to the water level, they're very close. And it's very difficult to place anything down on that map, to be honest. Alright, so let's take this and sell it. Obviously, there's so many different mods you could easily use on this map. I wonder why that grass looks so twinkly. Alright, so let's take this first of all. And like I said, you can use it. It is. I don't know if it's coming up on for you guys, but in certain areas the grass seems to be twinkling, almost like it's got dew on it, or frost or something. Yeah, it's not really shown very well on the stream. That is kind of weird. I don't know. Very, very weird. But yeah, definitely take your time. Just enjoy the map. That is what all I can say as well. Obviously, T Miller there. He's doing his streams once a week on PV County. Make sure to check him out, and obviously if you've got any questions you need answered, I'm sure he can pretty much answer every question that I could. Obviously I'll be doing these. Yeah, definitely going to do all these every Wednesday for the next few weeks. Have you talked about autumn and winter? Yeah, I mentioned about obviously the coffin hunt in autumn. Obviously winter, obviously you will get the present hunt as well as obviously decorations around the map for both seasons. Yep. So there is a heck of a lot. Don't want to say too much really, because obviously it's going to be spoilers otherwise. Ah, yeah. But it's definitely one you will never get bored of. Actually, one place I do need to check is my orchard to see how they're doing. And you are out of, well, limestone. Okay. There we go. Hey, Alpiece, how you doing, buddy? I'm starting a new game save with seasons and auto drive and courseplay. Going to be fun. Yep, and very hungry on your resources. But yeah, go for it, Mr. Cowboy. There are other cool things in winter. I know. Obviously, don't want to say too much. Like, who wouldn't want to go ice fishing? Oh, that's one thing I've never actually done in real life. But yeah, that is also on the map as well. Ice fishing. The ponds freeze over. And you can actually go fishing on them. Which is kind of nice. Greenfield. Oh, I'm hoping that goes into that little silo by the farm. The mining one. Pretty sure it does. You're doing great. I'm doing pretty good, thanks. Enjoy my little stream today on PV County. Yep, also the eggnog, you got pumpkin batch, which is just seasonal products. Obviously, you have to really get a lot into the map before you even think about going that far. Yeah, eggnog was in the Borden Dairies. You got pumpkin batch in Sam Adams Brewery. So yeah, kind of cool. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. Oh, thank you, daughter of mine. How you doing? So for anyone who wasn't aware, Karasaurus IDK is my daughter. She's the one that also streams with me on the weekends. Bless her cotton socks. Alright, so somewhere over here, Baby Billy. Yep. There we go. Right, so I've got a silo over here I can hopefully unload this into. But while I'm here I can grab some limestone, hopefully from the stone crusher here. There we go. I'm slowly getting used to using a steering wheel. There we go. Now that's something I have no idea. R2 and Y. What the heck's R2 and Y? That? Nope. Right, 2Y. Nope. Nope. No idea. Right, 2Y. Oh, okay. It's the paddle and Y. Followed. Okay. Yeah, obviously at the minute she does have to obviously have a adult with her to stream, but who knows, one day she'll be able to do it on her own. She was doing a bit of Five Nights at Freddy's in the last stream. There we go. Oop. See if I can get in without having to move that other trailer. There we go. So we've got calcium carbonate coming out of here. We've got limestone, you've got lime and gypsum. And obviously each of these can be used in different factories or on your fields. Thank you very much, guys. You're super. You are super. I wonder how is my numbers. So definitely okay on diesel. Plenty of stone in there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let's have a look actually. It's going to be a little bit noisy in here. So stone is full. Lime is full, so I can actually get that unloaded, I think, at some point. Gypsum. So your gypsum can go into your drywall factory. Your calcium carbonate, that can go into your glue factory over there. And also you got your limestone, which can obviously go into your concrete factory and a few other things as well. Here we go. Let's see if I can actually get out of here. Just push that out of the way. There we go. Oh my goodness. There we go. Right. Top on. And here we go. So yeah, like you, oh, who was it? Who was it? I think it was Bad Farmer mentioned it the other. It was yesterday about storage for resin. Obviously, resin comes out of your sawmill when you're. It's like a byproduct from making your boards and stuff. Obviously, it can actually go into the Cogent storage here, along with your barrels, your wood chips, which is in the silo there. You can actually do pallet form, or you can actually unload it loose on here. Obviously, you got chipboard, you got your paper, boards, planks, resin, and obviously your pallets. So obviously in the middle, up the middle here is where you're going to be unloading your products. So it'll be pallets and your containers can go into here. Obviously output wise it's all going to be containers, but you can actually unload the resin and load the resin in using the tanker. Obviously on the outside of each side you've got the different PV triggers here, and you can actually spawn out the containers for anyone who hasn't seen these. And what they actually do is kind of cool. The containers are actually spawning up here on each side. Your phone's buggered. Yeah, so the containers will actually spawn up here, and then you can actually drive up here with your auto trailer and pick them up from there. And that's obviously on both sides. Let's see. One sec, guys. Well, that's clever.
I'm blaming your stream.
Why?
Because it bugged out as soon as I joined the stream.
My daughter's phone's playing up, it won't unlock.
It
So
doesn't
restart.
do anything.
I'll have to have a look afterwards. I think we need to get you a new phone at some point.
Look, your phone's been put in your stream.
Oh, do you want to say hello to her, fun?
No.
Bless her. I think, don't know if you guys heard that, but she did say no. But yeah, she hates me now. She says my stream's broken her phone. Oh, right then. So yeah, obviously that's good. Your storage for obviously the sawmill and all that stuff. And why have I got so slow? Come on, walk, walk. My goodness. See, now you've broken my game. You're making me go really slow.
It's working.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Good default. Yep. Hashtag blame me. And a surprise, a reboot or a restart actually made her phone work. Oh, did it? Ah. Oh well, it's working anyway, that's the main thing. But yeah, we definitely need to get you a new phone at some point, kid. Right then. Where am I going? Limestone, yeah. PFs. Oh. Yeah, you have to excuse my driving, like I keep saying. I'm still trying to get used to this steering wheel on here. Let's see. Somewhere around about there, maybe? I don't know. I've returned. Let's hope it actually works. This is ha ha ha. She's a crazy one, that kid. There we go. Right then. yeah, like I said, one thing I will probably want to do is have a look at those greenhouses and orchards, see how they're doing. Because I don't know if I've actually added anything into them yet. Oh my goodness. And all these silos that you see here as well, you can actually use them as well, guys, for storage. You can actually load them into some of the boats as well. Oh, nearly overshot that. Which is one thing I haven't shown off is the boats much. It was limestone I wanted, wasn't it? Yeah. That helps. So obviously in the menu under your vehicle stuff you see a tab called PV Watercraft, and this is going to be your boats. So obviously you get a nice little ferry. Never actually used it personally. Obviously you get a grain barge that you can use. Obviously these are some things that really don't get used much on the map, or especially on this map. Maybe if we can get boats into the next one, might be nice. We'll see. Obviously this is going to be holding all your grains, your crops and stuff. You have a container ship that actually auto loads containers onto it. Obviously one thing to bear in mind with that, it will not auto load every type of container, because it wasn't the last few months the containers weren't really added into it for some reason, but yeah. Obviously you got a fishing boat. Obviously this is going to be one for, let me zoom across, your inner river areas. So let me show you. So any of this area up here, coming down here, the canals and these boat rivers here.
Billy is a nuisance. He will be gone in 2 weeks. I apologize for this inconvenience.
I love those walk-ons. And obviously here, down here and stuff like that. These are going to be, that's going to be the kind of the boat that you want to aim for the inner water area. So that's going to be this one. It also has a funky little, I think it's that one or the speedboat, I'm not sure. I think it's the speedboat. It's got a really nice horn, by the way, guys. Obviously, for the outer part of the map, you can actually go ocean fishing, and you need to have this boat for it. Obviously, the barge there, that's another one you can use. It's very helpful when you're just starting out to get into those other different areas around the map. Obviously, you can drive right onto the top of that and then take your combines, your tractors, your truck and trailers and all that for sell points and such. One thing you will definitely need later on, and then that's going to be the oil carrier. And it's going to be the main way of getting your crude oil from the desert to the Shell refinery. You use the oil carrier a lot. Yeah. There is a way of taking it out of the silos with the truck and tanker, but it's very difficult to hit the trigger. You have to be very careful you don't end up in the water. But obviously with this, you'll obviously need it for obviously the crude oil. Obviously for two places actually, thinking about it. Obviously this area here, just here and here in the desert, there's silos set up to collect the crude oil from. And obviously once you get to that point, obviously you've got your 40 oil wells in the desert. What DashNet's done is actually added a way to basically transport the crude oil from all 40 of them into one area, or 3 areas in this case. All you have to do is add in the additional products needed, and you can actually get it automatically gone to these storages where you can then take the boat, or if you can be really cheeky, the trailer, pick up from there. Obviously the crude oil will be going to the Shell refinery, and there's a little dock over here in the water that you unload. But in addition, obviously on this map you've got the Alcoa, which is right here, and obviously that you're going to be that's going to be getting your copper sheets and your aluminum sheets or I don't know how guys pronounce it over in America. Um, but obviously one thing you need for that when you start it up is crude oil. Obviously at that point you don't have Dell, you don't have Copper by Design, or you may have Copper by Design actually, but a lot of these later factories need products from this to run it. But what DashNet's done, if I actually jump over there, unfortunately I can't do it because I don't actually own it, but you can actually buy it in the menu. Once you've bought the Alcoa, this is a question that comes up a lot. How do I get crude oil for this? And obviously in the global company menu for it, there they are. Obviously I cannot do it because I don't actually own these, so I can't actually open the menu for it. But if you scroll down to where it says crude oil in the menu and click on it, it'll actually come up with the option to buy that product in the menu. And that is only going to be the only way of getting crude oil in it until you actually get into the desert and start mining it, guys, okay? So bear that in mind. But what was added when the desert was updated and you had the ability to have it all transported to this silos on the side, what Dave's also done is around about, I think somewhere down here in this river, there's an additional dock set up for unloading using obviously that oil carrier, which is kind of cool, and that'll then fill this up as well. So yeah, just bear that in mind as well. Okay, so where did I put you? Right, nope. Where the heck are you? There. So yeah, very, very cool. Actually, I wonder if I can see it from here. Because it's not too far up the river, if I remember rightly. Obviously, I'm on the wrong side of the river to get to it, but I might be able to see it from here. If I remember right, so up and away. Yeah, it's just there. Cruds, didn't mean to do that. Let's turn that on. Whee! And obviously these rivers do have little triggers as well for doing the fishing in it, by the way. Obviously what you'll need to do is own that part of the river. And then allow it to rain before you actually get any fish. And then what you'll have to do is then hunt through the river itself with the boat and find those little areas. One little trick that I found on my other save game is obviously if you're using the auto drive routes, you can actually use one of the pins. Oh, unfortunately I'm not in a vehicle to be able to show you, but when you're in your boat you can actually bring up the auto routes, and if you just put a pin where each of those traps are that you find, you can keep an eye on where they are so you can go back to them easily. But yeah, there you go. So there's obviously that other unload area for the crude oil to go over to Alcoa. And obviously that is... Oops, didn't mean to do that. So obviously what you need to do is collect from either any three of them, drive up the river here, and obviously it's just going to be round about level with the centre of field 7 there. Obviously that's going to be a lot later on for you guys, and I cannot get out of here. I'm stuck. There we go. Just a quick note while I'm here as well, all of these buildings that you see on the map as well, they can be blown up as well and get some resources out of them. Obviously you will need to own them first of all, the land that they're on, before you can actually demolish them with explosives, and depending on which building it is, one particular door will have a trigger that you can use the explosives to remove the building, which is kind of cool. Obviously, once they explode, you'll get a big pile, a couple of piles of different materials that you can use then in other buildings, along with various products as well, like rebar, beams, and stuff like that. So yeah, just to bear that in mind as well. So you're fine for the minute. My wheel is slightly off-centered, hence why that's pitting around. There we go. Oops. Actually, while I'm here, I might as well get them cleared. The Mack AR pack for 19 are my favourite trucks, especially the dump truck version. Yeah. Is that the ones by the mods by 5.9? Is that the one you're on about, Cope? Obviously, I've got the cat one there, which is very similar to the one that you're on, right? And obviously, with this, you can actually get different attachments on the back, as well as the autoload ability on some of them, like that one for instance. It's a nice little truck that. Very realistic, the flatbed is autoload. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, like you say there. But there is 2 different packs, so just bear that in mind as well, guys. Make sure to get the autoload version if you are going to use it. Right, good old Trex 600. Love this one. Right, okay, yeah. Keyboard time. Makes life a little bit easier. Yeah, Black Sheep Modern did an amazing job on the little Trex when he first did it. You can literally just drive over it and just delete those little sodden stumps. No, I got it off of the Facebook. Trying to think. Who is it? Mods by, yeah, it was obviously Mods by 5.9's Facebook group. There's that. I can always send it over to you if you wanted, if you can't find it, T Miller. Yeah, Mods by 5.9. Yeah, he's done. Let's think. This is the Mack, the Caterpillar version. Oh, I'm sure there was. I think it was 3 different packs or trucks that he's done. Ford, that's the other one. Yeah. Ford, Mack, and Cat. Yeah, there you go. Actually, I might even have those other ones in here, or at least on my Google Drive. I'm not sure. But yeah, I always end up going with the. I think it's the Mack one there, isn't it? I've got. There we go. Obviously, I am trying to stay away from these trees that are still there, because obviously I'm going to need them for the sawmill. Oh, there we go. Whee! Are you guys getting dizzy yet? Because I am. Right, let's load down a bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. Cool. And hopefully that's all of them cleared. Can't really see anymore. One nice thing is if you have the developer controls enabled, which I have, and if you hit the F4 key, you can actually get the wireframe come up and see where things are. And looking at it, we are all clear. Cool. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are into the real mud mods and stuff, but if you look at the path there, something else that I've never actually mentioned or haven't mentioned in quite a while, but what DashNet's done as well is added little patches of mud onto this map as well. kind of like the same way that the real mud mod works. But what you'd need to do to activate it is in the mod description for the map, there's an actual line to do with the real dirt mod or real dirt part. You'd have to take out the little bit at the front and the back. Actually, I'll show you guys. Let me jump over to the desktop for a minute and open up my mod folder. So desktop, PV County mods. Also, I do have some that's unzipped because obviously converting them over to 22. But if I scroll down, oh, actually no, because I've got it unzipped, haven't I? PV County. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but in the mod disk, let's open that up, and it would have come on the wrong screen. There we go. Let me close the rest of them down to the left. There. So obviously, if you, like I said, hey Cowboy Mikes, welcome back. So if you scroll down through all this, you'll see one is greened out. And that is to do with the dynamic mud. That's those little patches on the path there. If you actually delete that last little bit at the end, and the 4 bits at the front here, so it looks something like that, then hit save. When you load into the map and you get rain, those little patches are then going to start becoming all muddy and you get stuck and stuff like that. Same in the grass. Obviously that's then going to start making you get skittish and stuff like that. If you're into that sort of thing, give it a try. Obviously once you do it, make sure to save and then load up your save game as well. So let's minimize that, get rid of you, jump back to 19. See, that's something I bet a lot of you guys don't remember. I do. I tried it once and vowed I'd never use it again. Right, so I don't need you. Actually, to be honest, I could actually probably sell that because I don't need it anymore. Garage. And somewhere in here is a boat. Obviously, if you wanted to sell any of these buildings, you can as well. Obviously, do that. Where are you? Where are you? Did I buy it or did I lease it? Oh yeah, I've got the Caterpillar one, haven't I? Obviously, there you go. See, you got the different mining buckets. Obviously, you got one that's auto load, one that's mining. There is a mesh one that's a little bit smaller, holds a little bit less. But you can obviously attach it to like a front loader, telehandler and stuff like that as well. I'm not seeing it. Where is it? Least items. Let's start looking there. There it is. Let's get rid of that bugger. There we go. Try and save some money. There we go. So let's get these guys going again. Actually, I'm going to turn that off. Oh, thank you. Turn you off. There we go. Hello, kitty cat. Heck no, that would do you, Helen. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot actually, especially on a big map like this. Imagine trying to go through some of those tunnels and the mining area. You've got that enabled. That would be a friggin' nightmare. But yeah, big shout out to obviously OneMouse2222, obviously who's a fellow SGA member. It was him on YouTube. I'd definitely recommend you guys going over and checking him out. Obviously, Mouse2222 over there though. He was the one that got me playing the map. I asked a lot of questions before I actually dived in and started playing it, that is for sure. And obviously we're still friends now. I think he's definitely waiting on the 16x map at the minute, but he did an absolutely amazing playthrough on the PV Uncharted for 19. Definitely, if he had entered the competition, I wouldn't have had a hope and heck of winning any of it. There we go. There's that. Actually, I can do it on my steering wheel, can't I? Yes, I can. Cool. I totally forgot all about that. Bum, bum, bum. There's you. Where the Oh, there you are. Hey, Granny the one. I think that's... Or Gainy the one. I'm sorry if I butchered your name there. Playing with friends. I haven't... To be honest, I hate servers, so I'm probably the last person to ask that question. But I believe you obviously need to contact a server company, get a server, and then add the mods and map and stuff of your choice. Obviously, depending on what map you're on. If you're on PV County, which is the one I'm on, I'd definitely recommend Very Games. They're a very, very good, reliable website to get your servers from. There we go. Actually, I don't know if Mr. T. Miller would be able to help out there. PV County meets SnowRun. Yeah, exactly. It is that. To be honest, I really cannot get my head into that SnowRunner. I was watching obviously Wheels and that playing it, and nah, definitely not for me. So you're fine. You're fine. You're going on off. You're fine for the minute. Don't really do too much blowing up at the moment. You're fine. Right, let's get rid of you. You've never used a server. Ah, but you're playing on a server at the minute, mate. Didn't you set up the one for Uncharted? The multiplayer server. I don't know, bless his cotton socks. Oh, Thavius did. Tyvius, whatever you want to pronounce it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately I'm probably the last person that should ask about servers and stuff. I don't play well with others. There we go. You just log in. Ah, okay. There we are. That's something I still love, is how the header locks in on the trailers in 19. Obviously, I think this was the only one of the only headers that did that. Actually, while I'm at it, is there anything else I can contract-wise over here? Let's see, we've got 51, 53, 54. So let's have a look. Okay, click that. 53. So 53, 54. There's a 54. There's a 53. Not going to get much out of them, to be honest. Except, I wonder if I can do multiples on here. I can never remember. Ooh, Heinz Transport. I don't think I've ever done many them on here. I'm going to do that one while this guy does the harvesting for 53. Okay. Mr. Jababo, how are you doing, sir, today? And thank you, T. Miller, for obviously the shout out there. Obviously, if you're not following Mr. Jababo, make sure to click on the link, give him a follow. He is an amazing streamer, and obviously he is going to be doing a charity stream soon. I did say 53 for this, wasn't it? Yeah. Cool. You're doing good, thanks. Good, glad to hear it. Yay. Alright, let's unload there. Yeah, charity. It's the Toys for Tots charity. Obviously, it's going to be in the next week or two, I believe. Isn't it, Mr. Jababo? Thanksgiving, I believe it is. I can never remember exactly the time for that. 23rd and 24th of November. There we go, guys. So make sure you follow Mr. Jababo and get in there. If you got any sense, you'll help him out. Obviously, he is trying to hit a pretty high score this year. Alright, I need my car. Where's my truck going? Nope, nope, nope. There you are. And I am going to attempt. Hey. What if I can turn around in this thing? Let's see, let's see, let's see. There we go. 5k is the goal. Yeah, that is going to be amazing if you can do it, bud. Right then. Definitely is. Actually, there is a reason I wanted to do these contracts. I want to check something. Right, so I want to. So let's turn that off a minute. Be over there. Oh. And I'm just going to unload that there. That's fine. Okay. So transport items from Heinz to the museum. Okay. Time to go for a little bit of a drive, guys. Just to end the stream, I think. So I'm going to head over to Heinz. Or if that's over near the desert. I'm off to sleep, Billy. Take care, everyone. See you again soon. Thank you very, very much, Mr. T Miller, for jumping in from a lot of the stream. Actually, you're usually in bed already, so yeah. Obviously, if you guys are not following T Miller, make sure to go over to his channel, give him a follow. Check out PV County tomorrow, I believe it is. That's it. It's Thursday. Holy heck, I cannot drive. Yay! Come on, come on. Stabilize yourself. There we go. Wow. I am so glad there's no traffic on here. Let's slow it down a bit. Whoa. And thank you, Mr. Jababo, there for a shout out for Mr. T Miller. Yeah, I'm really focusing to try to stay on the road. Oh. There we go, there we go, there we go, go, go. But yeah, this is probably going to be my last little thing to do today. Coming to the end of today's stream. So I do have some washing up, some bits of real life stuff to sort out. In a bit, obviously got workers back in the flat tomorrow. Doing some more work in the bathrooms. Oh, got this for like all the way through next week as well. Oh, heck. It's not fun, that's for sure.
Were we joined by?
Hello, Mr. NBC Master Daddy. With 2 Ds.
What's up?
Oh, you're very low.
What do you mean I'm low?
Holy heck, now you're loud. How you doing, NBC?
Never happy.
See, there it goes again. Quiet, loud, quiet, loud, quiet, loud.
What do you mean?
What are you doing over there?
I don't know what he's doing, but he's scaring me.
I think he's sitting away from his mic and then coming in really close and then going away.
I'm playing with stickers.
Oh, sticky, sticky stickers. What stickers? Did you get a sticker album come through as well?
I did.
Ah. Well, where's mine? I want to know. Where's mine? And Sam Sunny. Hopefully that's right. Thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Whoa, crap.
Oh, look at that. Nice recovery.
Wow, Dave doesn't even drive that bad.
What's that
uh,
supposed to?
yeah, thank you very much for the follow there, bud. Welcome in. Yeah,
You know, we have another game if you want to drive that way, Billy. That you know you can stop by every once in a while. But
well, I would if it was
this isn't recommended.
earlier.
I know. I'm just
Weehaw! But yeah, this TLX is really not bad. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da. Right, so I need to go down that way. Yeah, unfortunately I know the map a little bit too well. I know how to get places too easily. Right, cruise control. So where are you
What
going?
map
To
is
the
this?
museum. Okay. Ah, thankfully I've just built that bridge a little while ago. If I can get down to it. Yeah.
Never seen this map. What is it?
This map, really? Oh, you've never seen this map? This is the most
No.
amazing map ever for 19.
Really?
Yeah, and this is PV County, which is a 16x map by Mr. Dashnet
Wow,
here.
who made that? They must have been
Dashnet.
pretty good.
Oh, he is amazing. Dashnet, yeah.
Word. What are we gonna do with you?
Right. The amazing map maker, Mr. Dashnet. Closely followed by JD Fan and NBC Master Dad. There we go. So there's my pallets that I need to pick up. This should be fun. Break. Alright, so obviously I need mission pallets there. We'll load a couple of them into there. Ooh, we're going to be transporting some tomato sauce. Who is Dashnet? Oh, how cruel. Right, so we're going to overload this a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let's do it this way instead. 1. Two. And yes, I can count. 5. There we go. Oh, so we need to go around to the museum with this lot. So, hey,
Oh, the museum. I forgot about the
you've never heard of him, huh? Ah, you know a Dave if that counts. Yeah, it could be the same person. Who knows? Right, a little bit cross
I
country.
don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, he's modest, isn't he? He's very, very modest. Actually, I'm gonna try to zoom out. How far does this go? Wow. That is some distance on that. Cool. Yep, so obviously you do have lots of these lovely little transport missions for the map as well. Just bear in mind, when you're accepting them, can you access the areas easily? Obviously, I do know that there's some obviously going from like the Speedway Stadium up to the top of the map, so obviously you're going to have to make sure you got plenty of access to them. So if you are going to do any, check where it's going from and to. Do you mind? I'm not finished yet. Women. Cool. Yeah, so obviously make sure you got your bridges built so you can access all the different areas first. I'd recommend first. There we go, there we go, there we go. Yay! Landed it.
You read the patch notes today?
I did.
You update?
I have. And there's a couple of mods that are causing people issues like the lumberjack mod.
There's going to be more. Just prepare.
Oh yeah. Obviously, because of the update, there was a temporary issue with the production revamp and pumps and hoses again, but that's now been fixed.
Right.
No, it's not. It's not been fixed yet. It's still awaiting fixing. It's being fixed. What else was it? There's I've got about 4 or 5 different mods. So that's 1, 2, 3. The lumberjack. There was the enhanced fill type mod. Enhanced fill type category mod. Obviously, that's now been updated and fixed. And the dynamic field pricing was another one, and the compost add-on are currently ones that are known to cause any issues. There's probably more, but yeah.
Cool. I don't have any of those mods, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, same here. Also, I know a lot of people are using the lumberjack mod, so yeah. You will have to take that out.
I used it last year. I just don't see. I guess I just don't see the purpose this year.
Yeah, I used it a little bit on Uncharted, but that was about it.
Yep.
But obviously, one big thing as well, guys, to remember is obviously if you're using, say, something like the Easy Developer Control mod or Power Tools or something like that. Obviously, they do very similar things regarding like the Strong Farmer type mods. So you may find that you'll have issues having them all running at the same time. Right, so I need to go into that little trigger there, if one remembers correctly.
That's a lot of ketchup for the museum.
Yeah, 6 pallets of this stuff.
Yeah.
And unload. Oh, fudge. I want to... Oh, try to remember what all the things are. There. Why?
If you drove through the trigger.
I've always had to put it down. I've never been able to get the blinking things to work.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Right, so as long as it's within the boxes are within the trigger, should go.
Yeah, just
There's
pick the trailer
that.
up, move it out of the way.
Straps are in the way as well, which doesn't help. And final one. Pop! Transport finished! Okay. Let's complete that contract. Collect. Done and dusted.
Oh my gosh. That game is gonna be just
There we
as
go, so-
addicting as Satisfactory.
Is it?
Oh, Tectonica? Yeah, I started playing it
No,
last night.
No,
Oh.
the Astro Colony one.
Right, so let's save
Oh,
that.
I didn't realize that one was out yet.
It's a demo. It's due out November 7th.
Yeah,
But
so
the
let's go
demo
over
is free to play.
here.
Yep.
And let me tell you,
So guys, I am
I
going to
didn't-
call it there for
Well-
today. Much appreciated for everyone coming out today. Big thank you for all of the follows today. There's actually quite a few. So we got Sam Sunny, Dax Gamer 9000, much appreciated. Game Room 890. Ginger Hulk TV, if you're out there, thank you very much as well for the follow the other day. So great. I think that was an amazing stream, and thank you.
yeah,
I
it
figured,
was.
yeah, obviously Dave said very little. I did too much chatting. My
Yeah.
throat's now hurting.
Oh, it's your stream.
Yeah, obviously, like Mr. Jab says, for the contracts you can use obviously your barges for getting the transport ones around. So cool. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming out. So I think we're going to need to find someone to raid over to today. And I have no idea who is streaming out there, if anybody in the SGA. So
Billy Alpaca's streaming.
very funny. We've got Evo Reyes. We've got Mamadou doing a bit of Farm Sim 22. Bam. Got game on 7 Days to Die with Virtual Farmer. Yeah, kind of want to kind of keep it into the FS19 thing, I think, today. I do see that there's not that many actual viewers. So, what have we got? So there's me. One viewer, one viewer, one viewer, two viewers, one viewer. And I don't know any of them. Should we just surprise somebody? Unless, hey, Not So Grumpy Dwarf, how you doing? Unless any of you guys have got somebody, let me know quickly, and I'll see if I can maybe raid over to them. Obviously, I was kind of hoping to keep with the FS19, but it's very, yeah, not that many people on at the moment. I think most of them are actually in here looking at the numbers. Oh my goodness, I'm special. Yeah, if you want to go, Cowboy Mike's, go for it. I can hang on for a little while. Master Farmer TV. I don't even see them. Yeah, we could always go and see Mr. Cowboy Mike's if you want, guys.
I thought you were going to bed, T. Miller.
Yeah, go to bed, T. Miller.
Now you're starting to act like Billy.
He is. He was up late last night watching Mr. Dave there, and now he's up even later with me. God, bless him. Oh, you took a shower first, did you? Ah, okay. Actually, while he's there, NBC Master Douchebag.
Oh, you don't have to.
NBC Master Douchebag. Make sure to go over, give him a follow. Obviously, Tuesday nights he's been streaming Wreckfest with the community. So if you like a bit of Wreckfest, I'm sure he'll love to have you in there. You're off. Take care. All right, T. Miller.
I'll be doing a Satisfactory stream on Satisfactory Calculator, how to enter stuff into your save game edit.
Very cool. There we go. So I do see Mr. Cowboy Mike's up now. Obviously, he is playing on PV County as well, so we can carry on this stream-a-thon, I suppose, on County with him. Obviously, if you've got any questions, he's played it a lot. Probably as much as me. He's restarted a lot more than most people, which is terrible. I don't know. But yeah, he is a great streamer. So yeah, let's get it going. So let's get my raid going. There's Mr. Cowboy Mike's. I'm just waiting on those ads to disappear. There we go. Oh no. He's got a John Deere out. Right, guys. So obviously I will be back on Friday. Obviously it's going to be a 2-hour stream on Friday on Wolf Creek, just before Mr. Dagenet goes live. So if you want to check out the map there, you're more than welcome to, or if you want to chat. Obviously Saturday I'll be back with my daughter, doing probably a bit of a Five Nights at Freddy's again. That's a Halloween just around the corner. But stick with us, guys, and let's go show Mr. Cowboy Mike some SGA love. Obviously till Friday at least for me. That's me. Obviously Dave's going to be live later. Make sure to check him out on his Dagenet stream channel. But until then, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon, guys. All the best.